Good evening, everybody. Welcome to John Mark Stallings Field, home of the ACA Eagles. And tonight, it's homecoming, and the ACA is hosting Prattville Christian Academy. I'm Ben Russell. I'm joined in our broadcast booth by Jeff Taggart and Randy Holman. And, Jeff, I'll tell you, it's good to be home.
It is nice. We've been on the road for the last 3 weeks, kind of our own little trek. And it is nice to be back for a whole month. We've got an off week in between 3 home games, so we got a month at home to be happy about.
And it makes you appreciate a little bit more what you got when you've been on the road a little bit. We had a lot of good hospitality towards us, but there's nothing like here in our home broadcast booth, our second year.
Oh, no doubt.
And so we're glad to be back home for a stretch. Excited about tonight's game. Again, it's homecoming here at Alabama Christian. Tonight they're going to play host to Prattville Christian Academy. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But as we normally do in our pregame, we're going to look back to last week's game, do a little bit of review. And Jeff, you and I both were there. We weren't broadcasting, but we were watching the game. Not the way we planned it. Had a few players out last week against Trinity. We lost that game 41-19. But overall thoughts on last week's game against Trinity?
Well, I talked to one of the coaches over the weekend after the game was over, and I was very encouraged because he told me in the end this might be one of the best things that happened for the team. Because it brought them together. The guys who did play fought hard. We actually played even with Trinity over the second half. I think it took some of the guys who got thrown in. It took them a little while to get going. But I was very encouraged by his attitude and really felt like they were going to use this, even though it was a loss, they were going to use it as a building block for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. And we talked about it a little bit before the broadcast went live here in the booth, just one-on-one. You know, the way that game finished last week, obviously we had a few players out. That makes a difference. When you're down a few starters, that makes a huge difference, especially on the road. There was some weather kind of in the distance, and we didn't know what that game was going to look like. Ended up being a beautiful night for football. And but I tell you what, we finished that game. The one thing you and I were talking about, we finished the game with a ton of energy, a lot of pep. You would not have thought that we were down by a couple touchdowns at the end of that game. I felt like Trinity was almost surprised how they looked like they went into like a coma, and our guys were chest bumping, fist bumping. The crowd was into it. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious tonight, and we'll talk about tonight later, but how that carries over. But I think a part of what happened last week, some young guys got in the game. Not only did they get in the game, made a difference. We got a few written down here. Teelan Long comes into the game, runs really, really hard.
He is making some impactful plays. He did a little bit of that the week before at Northside Methodist and then backed it up with another strong performance against Trinity. I'm really excited to see what Teelan's going to be able to do in the future.
So Teelan is he's a player to watch. He's got that natural ability, mm-hmm. You know, and it's in his genes. You know, he comes from an athletic family.
That's right.
Second player I got right here, Ethan Dabney, took one to the house.
Yes, he did.
I mean, nobody even near him. Once the hole was hit, it was like he was on open highway.
Yes, it was nice. Probably the play of the game as far as we were concerned. And like we talked about, never stop fighting. That was with less than a minute left to go. Trinity had just scored, and you thought, okay, we can just give it up or whatever, and we didn't. And Ethan popped out of that hole, and you're right, nobody caught him. He ran by about 4 guys who didn't realize he's shorter, and so they didn't realize he was down yet. He popped out of that pile, and then the 2 guys tried to catch him and didn't even come close to catch him. It was a nice 68-yard touchdown.
Yeah, for sure. Ethan, just a freshman.
Yep.
We talked about Teelan already, just a freshman.
That's right.
So the future's bright. A couple other names really stepped up last week. Cooper Knapp. Playing good ball last week,
yeah,
as well as Ladarius Walters, both of them.
Yeah, Cooper has had to step in on the line. He was actually playing linebacker to start the year off, but when O'Kevian Suggs went down, Cooper stepped in, and they actually have moved him to guard now. They feel like he's doing a better job at guard. Grady Roberts has moved out to tackle, and they feel like that's their best combination. So Cooper has done a good job stepping in, and I'm really excited about Ladarius Walters. I think he's going to be a stud before this thing's over with. He has so much potential, and just like Teelan, showed some of it at Northside Methodist a couple of weeks ago, followed it up with another good game at Trinity last week. I'm really excited to see what he's going to do.
And Ladarius, of course, the younger brother of senior AC Walters,
That's right.
So we know that's in his genes as well. Really excited about the young talent that we've really seen all season. We talked about Levi Summers already. Levi's been a consistent, constant on the defensive side of the ball, been a starter back there. Of course, he's just a freshman. He's made some mistakes back there. He'd be the first one to say that. But he's done a really, really good job. And so the youth movement has taken over.
No doubt.
It's kind of here.
No doubt. In the skill positions, for sure, we have talent. We're going to lose two amazing players with David and AC this year to graduation, but don't be nervous about that. We have some excellent talent coming up in the skill positions next year.
And those coaches have to be excited about it. They know what they have. They know what they're building for the future. And honestly, Jeff, even that middle school JV squad, a lot of good ball players on that football team. The future's really bright. And props to Trinity last week. Trinity is a good football team.
Oh, no doubt about it.
And their quarterback plays really well.
Mm-hmm.
He plays well under pressure. Just call it what it is. Kid's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah. They played good, and I read a little bit and saw their coach interviewed after the game. They knew they had a size advantage against us, and that was the decision they made, especially after the Goshen tape. Why wouldn't you if you had that kind of advantage? And so, I mean, I'm sure you saw it. They ran that same play Goshen ran against us 1,000 times. Stacked one side of the field and just ran the quarterback right to that. And they were able to move it on us. So, Yes, they're a very good team. They were preseason top 5 in 3A, so there were expectations, or are expectations for them. A very good team. That's nothing to be ashamed of, dropping a away game to them last week.
Absolutely. And let's be honest, we're probably going to see that same play tonight. Those coaches have scouted that out even for tonight. But props to Trinity, really good ball team. Things got a little chippy at the end.
Yes.
I think probably both coaches, if you're up by a lot, you don't want your team to roll over. And if you're down like that, I mean, that just to me shows a little bit of fight. Nothing got out of hand, but it got a little chippy at the end.
It definitely
did. As long as you stay within yourself, you're just kind of saying, hey, I'm here to play football. You're not going to roll me over. So kind of like the fight that I saw from our players, especially at the end of the game.
Yeah. I did like the way when it looked like it could get out of hand, the White Hat stepped in, got both teams together, said, hey, let's settle down. And then we finished the last 2 plays of the game with no incident. So I thought he handled it well, but I agree with you. I like the fire that we were still showing that late in the contest.
Absolutely, and a lot of that energy talked about. Of course, we say this name every single week. Jackson Burton last week.
Yeah.
Another energy guy. We actually saw him when the team got here to walk across the field to head to the locker room to get dressed. This was probably at, what do you think, Jeff, 5:15 or so, hour and 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, he's leading the pack, and he's on the field jumping around, clapping, and this is a few hours before kickoff even. So that's what he's going to bring. He brought it last week, and so last week for PCA they did. I have them playing Northside Methodist last week. Is that correct?
Yeah. That's correct.
Beat them 6-0 in a close game.
Yeah.
That moved PCA to 2-2 on the season. They did play Trinity already. Dropped that one 49-0. And so PCA off to probably not the start they really wanted. They probably expected to beat Northside Methodist by more than 6-0. Of course, I think that was a rain game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain in that game, but you're right. I think they probably were hoping they could control it better than that.
For sure. And so a little history between ACA and PCA. Last year, ACA won that game 44-14, and then in 2022, ACA won the game 40-7. And so that's definitely, I feel like, Jeff, coming into this, we definitely probably as coaches and players feel like this is a game we should win. We should handle business.
Yes.
That's been the track. We're favored probably by most people in the sports circle here locally. I know we were picked to win the River Region by those folks, and so we should handle business tonight. And we're going to get to what we expect tonight. But any changes, Jeff, on that starting lineup or anything that you want to make notation of for tonight?
Well, just one thing I want to say about PCA before we jump off of that. They're very similar to us. They're 2-2 overall, 1-1 in the region. So this is a big game, but we've taken very different routes. PCA schedules 1A teams for their non-region games. Nothing wrong with that, but makes it a little bit easier. And their offense has struggled. So even though they're 2-2, 14 points is the most they've scored in any game. And so I do think this is an opportunity if this team has serious aspirations of making the postseason, this is a game that's got to be a W for us.
Absolutely.
And so I do think this is our 7th meeting with them. We're 5-1. We're used to beating them. And so I really am looking for us to go out, set the tone early, and take this home tonight.
Absolutely. So probably not a ton of changes. Obviously, get a few players back tonight, Jeff, in our starting lineup. Anybody you want to make notation of? Or
Well, the big thing I mentioned already, they have moved Cooper Knapp to guard and Grady Roberts out to tackle. I am expecting TJ Merritt and Bryson Dabney to both be back on the corners this weekend, tonight, so that's good. But Thielen, got some good reps out there, and we could see him on the field anyway, even if those guys are 100%. But,
sure.
the big thing on the starting lineups is just everybody seems to be back tonight, which is a good sign.
Back to our original normal starting lineup.
That's right.
Then tonight's captains are going to be number 1, A.C. Walters, number 6, Jackson Burton, number 52, Jamarcus Leonard, and number 63, Grady Roberts. So that'll be tonight's captains. We've already mentioned it. It is homecoming here at ACA. During halftime, they're going to present the homecoming queen and all her court and the different grades and things like that. On the field right now, you're seeing our ACA band. And so all the band performances will be here at pregame, so you'll probably hear a little bit of that as well here as we're talking. And so looking forward to homecoming. It is homecoming here at ACA, here at John Mark Stallings Field. We're probably just under 20 minutes from kickoff. And, Jeff, as we kind of just turn the page to tonight and kind of what we expect tonight, we've alluded to it already. Should be a game that ACA controls.
Yeah.
You said it off air. I'll let you allude to it here again. It's one of those games you feel like if you come out strong, you probably just stay there the rest of the game.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is not a knock on PCA. I think this is just a fact. They are not a program that has established themselves yet. They've been around almost 20 years, and they're not a program that is strong yet. They are still building. And so in the past, when the last 2 years, in fact, when we've gotten up on them, they have really thrown the white flag up early, whether that's in the form of not really going for it on 4th down or stuff like that, or their coaching staff asking for a shortened second half so they can get out of town. So I do think if we can jump on them fast, take care of business, then hopefully this will be a fun night and we'll get some JV guys in who can get some playing time.
Absolutely. And I would expect our defense, who under the Coach Epp era already has shown to be very aggressive.
Yeah.
They've done that in the games that we've won. They've done the games that we've lost. That just seems to be their MO. They're going to be super aggressive. I would expect that tonight again, and I think that bodes well for us. As you've mentioned, PCA struggling to score some points. So if you are a defense that is aggressive like that, you are licking your chops against a team that's struggling, not only struggling to score points, but that you might outsize them a little bit as well.
Oh, no doubt. And PCA likes to throw the ball around a little bit. And so our pass rush, I believe, will have a major impact tonight. Their quarterback for PCA can get rattled a little bit in the pocket. I watched the tape against Trinity, and he definitely threw some balls up for grabs, hoping that they, were caught by his team. Then they weren't on the two I'm thinking of. So I think our defense will play a major impact, and I think you're right. This will be one of the few nights where our size, we're equal to or even a little bigger than our opponent on the line. We have a very small line for our size of school, and this will be a night that we might can push somebody around a little bit, which will be nice.
For sure. And just for our keys to the game, I just wrote for a couple of quick keys to the game is the young guys continue to be hungry. When we saw those young players come out there last week, they were hungry. I mean, the scoreboard didn't matter what anybody thought. I mean, they came out and played ball. And I think you're going to see them a lot tonight. Stay hungry, and that means your veterans as well. Forget the scoreboard. Don't get up 2-3 touchdowns and then just put in cruise control.
Right.
So I think a key for us is to send a strong message here on homecoming for sure.
Oh, no doubt. And we're not to the point either as a program where we can just walk out and win the game because we're ACA. So we've got to come out, be on point early, and you're right. Don't let up if and when we do get a lead. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep trying to do our stuff. And then I would love to be able to see the JV come in, and let's keep running our regular offense, keep running our regular defense, and let those guys get in and get some real game experience on the varsity level. I hope that's what the game plan is.
Absolutely. Well, in tonight's game, I want to mention as well, tonight it is homecoming here at John Mark Stallings Field. We're just under about 16 minutes from kickoff. Tonight's game is sponsored by Capital Tractor. Our good friend Adam Donaldson, who is to our left over here, he's in the other booth. He's helping out in the PA over there as the spotter and all things, the jack of all trades over there. So Capital Tractor is going to be tonight's sponsor. You're going to hear us mention that through the game. They're going to do something pregame here for Capital Tractor, and so we want to thank them for sponsoring tonight's game. It's a big deal, and we appreciate them doing it and showing an investment into ACA.
That's right, and it's always big when your alumni come back and invest in the school. And Adam is a graduate of Alabama Christian, and we really do appreciate his interest, sends his kids here, and we appreciate his interest and his support of the Eagles.
Absolutely, and he's also my neighbor. And he has been known to fire that grill up every now and then and invite me over too. So I can't complain about that. As we kind of start wrapping pregame up, in just a second, we'll have the national anthem down here on the field. As you can see, the band is playing right now. They are going to celebrate here in just a few minutes, Jeff. We'll talk about it. The 1986 team here at ACA, which Coach Perry told me himself here before the game, a special team for him. We'll talk about that when they're out here in a minute. Really quick before we do all that, as we have become accustomed to, guys, later on, Trace Hill, who's our brand new men's basketball coach here at ACA.
Really excited about Trace.
He's going to join us here in the third quarter a little bit. We're going to ask him about some of this, but tomorrow is college football, and there's not a lot of big games. There is one of particular interest. I think we just pick a winner on this one. I don't know that I like the picking on that spread. Tennessee, Oklahoma at Oklahoma. I'm taking Tennessee to win the game. I'm going to tell you right now. Jeff, what you got?
I am going to take Tennessee, too. Oklahoma has not been entirely impressive so far this year. So I'm going to take Tennessee, but I would not be surprised at all if Oklahoma came up and won this game.
Well, you guys know I have, they call it battered Vol syndrome. And so after 20 years of Tennessee breaking your heart, you hope for the best, you expect the worst.
Right.
Tennessee can ball this year. I think they're pretty decent.
No doubt.
They did score 65 points and a half. Of course, they were playing a high school team,
Kent State,
who's might be the worst D1 school right now. Of course, they scheduled that probably 7 or 8 years ago. So,
right.
But I was glad to see Tennessee kind of just put the walk-ons on the second half. They only scored 6 points.
Yeah.
They didn't embarrass anybody. But that 65 in the first half, I was getting a lot of text. Like, are you guys about to break 100? I'm like, no, they're not going to do that. They're sending the message, and now they're going to sit on it.
I think the onside kick up 30 might have raised a few eyebrows.
I did ask about that, actually. I looked into that. So that was a read for the kicker. And if you look, the broadcast team commented on it, too. There was a big open spot there on the kickoff. And so I looked into that. Hyper was asked about it. He said it was a read for the kicker. He did what he was supposed to do, actually.
Right.
And they want him to recognize that. But there was at that point, you can't call it off. So,
right.
And it was a well-executed kick. So,
no, that's good stuff.
Yeah, he did do a good job on that. And so, Randy, Tennessee, Oklahoma, man, who you got? All right, he's taking Tennessee, so all three of us are going to take Tennessee. Alabama's got a bye.
Yeah.
Unless I looked at it wrong.
Trying to get ready for Georgia.
We'll stay into our custom. We'll go Tennessee, Auburn, and Alabama. So Alabama's off. Auburn, Arkansas, I find that to be an interesting matchup, although I think Auburn's a lot better than Arkansas. So I'm going to take Auburn.
That's another one where I'm probably going to lean towards Auburn, but would not be surprised at all if Arkansas pulled that game off.
For sure.
But I would pick Auburn.
Randy, who you got? I know who you got, but you going Auburn?
I don't feel good about it.
We're all taking Auburn, but we're very, very with some suspicion there. So, again, on the field right now, you're about to see it's the celebration of 50 years of ACA football on the 50-yard line in just a minute. Actually see them now. Joining Athletic Director Tim Perry are tonight's honorary captains. This is the 1986 ACA varsity football team and coaches. The 1986 team solidified their place in ACA football history by becoming the first ACA football team to qualify for the Alabama High School Athletic Association state playoffs, which I heard directly from Coach Perry how special that was for him. This 86 team was the first AHSAA state playoff team. That 86 team recorded the third winning season in ACA football history, finishing the year 8-3. So we want to just honor this team. I won't call them all by name, but you see them there on the field. Jeff, one thing that Coach Perry told me was, I didn't realize this, the year before these guys, I think he said they were 1-9 or something like that. And so he said that 85 team was 1-9, and this team was the team that changed the standard. He said, it only took a few guys to step up and lead. And so, man, he said, I could not be more proud of this team. His exact words to me were, he said, this is an emotional night for me. And you can just see, Jeff, when you're a coach, you're always a coach.
Right.
When you see those players, they're always your players. And I could see him even in his eyes, like, fighting that list a little bit. So Coach Perry feeling very attached to this team right here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He is very fond of this team. I think this was his second year, so he was the coach for that 1-9 year.
Yeah.
For year one. It was his second year. And he tells me that the guys really bought in, especially quarterback Tommy Shoemaker. And I'm not sure who's here. But I just know for some folks that he's told me. And then we had a kicker by the name of David Owen, who was known as like a cardiac kid. This team came from behind. David made big kick after big kick. So that first playoff game that we had, we actually won 3-0. David hit a field goal in the third quarter. Nobody knew that was going to be the only score at the time. And so he did it again for the first playoff win in school history, too.
So once again, tonight's honorary captains, that 1986 team. This is a direct quote from Coach Tim Perry, who's now interim athletic director here at ACA. The ACA football program is what it is today because of the standards set by the 1986 team and coaches. Man, that's a pretty high mark from a guy like Tim Perry.
No doubt about it. And you can tell he has a love and affection for these men.
Absolutely. And so, once again, thank you to that team for being here tonight. Again, we want to thank Capital Tractor as well. Right now on the field, we're just a few minutes from kickoff. Both teams will be taking the field here really soon. We'll step away as we always do for the national anthem. I will tell you tonight's prayer is going to be led by ACA head of school, Mr. Josh Roberts. And so, real quick, Jeff, any final thoughts as we move from pregame into kickoff? We've covered it, but we need to handle business tonight.
No doubt. It's an exciting night. It's homecoming. They've had a great week of activities. We want to cap it off with a big win. It's nice to be back home. We've been on the road for 3 weeks. We're comfortable now, so I'm really looking for a fun night out of this football team tonight.
Absolutely. Under the lights here, John Mark Stallings Field, home of the ACA Eagles.
That's right.
As we play football. It's a great crowd here. We expected that for homecoming. Looks like PCA brought a pretty good crowd as well, so it's a beautiful night, and we're waiting for both teams to come out here on the field. You can see that on your screen as well. I think you have the view right now of the ACA cheerleading and band as they're all getting ready for our team to come out. Once again, we'll have the meeting of captains. The ACA captains for tonight are number 1, AC Walters, number 6, Jackson Burton, number 52, Jamarcus Leonard, and number 63, Grady Roberts. That'll be tonight's captains. No surprises there, Jeff. Those all 4 guys, great football players, great leaders.
Yeah, I think all of them probably have already been captains this year, which speaks to their consistency that the team every week, is bringing them back as captains because they are true leaders on the team.
Yep, and Prattville Christian Academy, the Panthers, they're going to be led by their head coach, Norman Dean. And, of course, here at ACA, our head coach led by Coach Michael Summers. And so we're excited about tonight's game. We have high expectations for it. Really excited. I see to my left the ACA players making their way, the captains, that is, making their way over to the 50. They're going to join that 1986 honorary captain group right there at the 50-yard line, making their way. To my right, I do see what looks to be the PCA captains huddle as well. So I believe we will have a meeting here at midfield. We'll do a coin flip, and somebody's getting ready to kick the ball and receive.
That's right.
And we'll be football time here at ACA.
Yeah, I'm ready, man. Homecoming is always a fun night. It's very festive. You have a bigger crowd than normal. So really looking forward to a fun night.
Absolutely. So probably running a minute or two behind here from normal. Looks like we're just under about 7 minutes to kick off here. And so, just under 7 minutes to kick off. And ACA captains are lined up. They'll make their way over. And again, man, great crowd. The student section is fired up over there already. Good turnout for the student section. I will say, when I played ball, and it's been a long time ago, several pounds ago, Jeff, especially football, homecoming was just a different week.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things going on. We did the powder puff thing. I guess that's still a thing.
Yeah, they had it last night. That's right.
We did the powder puff thing. As seniors, we were the coaches of the game. And, you know, you didn't have a lot of homework that week. The teachers backed off the test a little bit. So from that aspect, it was kind of nice. But I feel like we did something every single day. I remember we decorated doors. I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Maybe it is.
They make a flag. I know. I'm not exactly sure what the
flags
flags
are
are displayed.
Yeah, that's too.
But they do a flag. They do volleyball. They do dodgeball. And then the Powder Puff football game is kind of the big event last night that they had.
And I remember our coaches would always say, don't be distracted by all the things from the week. And I remember playing a homecoming game my senior year against a very inferior team, to be honest with you, and we came out flat.
Right.
Just distracted by everything. I think we were having a dance after the game, and you know, we're all teenage boys. You know, we're like, man, we got to go get our suit on, our tie on. So a lot of distractions. Unfortunately, we flipped that script in the second quarter, but our coach definitely had a huddle with us after that first quarter, huddle us up and let us know real quick, you know, that we had come out flat. So I don't expect that from this team. I think there's great leaders on this team. Our coaches have prepared them. I watched them pregame warming up. They look very loose. They look very good, very focused. But that is something to keep an eye on. You know, you want your players to have a lot of fun at homecoming, but you don't always know what you're going to get.
Well,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, you don't. It's teenagers. It's teenage boys. You don't know what you're going to get. They're still young. They're growing. They're trying to figure out, how do I do all these activities and focus in from my ball game and all that stuff too. So they're learning as they go. So you never know what you're going to get, but I think you're right. We do have good leadership. I think some of the older guys are going to make sure everybody stays focused, and let's take care of business. We want to be in the postseason for the 9th year in a row.
Yes.
And this is a must-win.
It is
to make that postseason run. So if nothing else, hopefully they're talking that to each other.
Absolutely. Just over 4 minutes to kickoff here is what the clock says. Again, we're at John Mark Stallings Field. I'm Ben Russell. I'm joined by Jeff Taggart. Randy Holman's with us as well. It's homecoming here at Alabama Christian. They play host to Prattville Christian Academy. We do have all of our captains lined up, and now they're making their way. I'm not sure what the holdup was there, Jeff, for just a minute, but now the captains are making their way to midfield, to our right. We do see the PCA team making their way out, so they'll get ready to come out in a second, and we'll pause here for just a second, let the white hat work out the coin flip, and we'll make the call here on who gets it and what the call is. Again, Jeff, great crowd here. One of the better crowds we've had in a while.
Oh, definitely. It really is. It's a good crowd tonight. Homecoming time. People are getting to see each other. Hadn't seen each other in a long time. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And really, we talked about it earlier with Randy. I was talking with him. This is only our second home game of the year.
We're halfway
through the season. It's only our second home game.
The good news is we're going to be here for a while.
That's right.
So PCA has won the toss. They're going to elect to receive. And so PCA will get the ball first. The captains will rejoin their teams, and they will get ready to come out. Jeff, observation, our coaches are on the sidelines. Headsets on. They've been there for a few minutes. They're ready. They're pacing. And so just observation, Coach Summers, he's ready to get this game going. So.
Oh, no doubt about it. These guys are laser focused in.
Yeah.
Michael, very intense guy.
Yep.
And so, they're definitely ready to get this thing rolling.
And here comes Prattville Christian Academy. The Panthers take their field. They're dressed in all whites, white hat, white jerseys, white breeches.
That's right.
So they're the stormtroopers coming out.
Trimmed in purple.
Trimmed in purple, that's right. And here come your ACA Eagles here at John Mark Stallings Field. They have the maroon tops, gray bottom, gray helmets, and they'll make their way to the home side here right below us. And they will kick off here at homecoming at John Mark Stallings Field. They'll put 12 minutes on the clock. And that's where we'll start the game. Excited for the game tonight. As again, our coaches are beyond ready to start this game. Coach Summers, you said it, Jeff. He's pretty much a no-nonsense guy. and he is definitely ready to get this game going. So.
Yeah, definitely. I'm anxious to see if we try to, this turf has been good to us.
Yes, it has.
Well, sorry, we're about to have the prayer, so I'm gonna hush for just a second. Sorry.
And again, that prayer was led by head of school ACA, Mr. Josh Roberts. And then the national anthem there was presented by the ACA Marching Band. And we're getting reset here in the booth and getting ready to kick off again. PCA won the toss. They did elect to receive. So they will begin with the ball, dressed in all whites. And here come the ACA Eagles taking the field, ready to kick off and begin this homecoming game on a beautiful night here at John Mark Stallings Field.
Yeah, as I was saying a second ago, Ben, the turf has been good to us, and Tyson has a good touch as far as putting it in a hole at a spot where nobody's at. So I'm anxious to see if we try to do that here or if he tries to kick deep. PCA is set up 3 deep, so they think he's going to go deep.
And here is Tyson Summers with the kick. It's a looks like it was an onside attempt there, guys. We were close.
Yep.
So the Panthers are going to recover it. Looks like it's going to be right at the 48-yard line. First down and 10. I like the call there, Jeff.
Oh, I do too. We're going to be aggressive the whole time, and that's not a surprise that we did that. And I almost got it. The kid bobbled it. We just couldn't hop on it in time.
So there's a handoff off the right side, and he's tackled by a few different Eagles down there. It's going to be a loss for the Panthers. It's going to be about 2nd down and 12 for the Panthers. Looks like quarterback number 13 for Spencer Perkins for the Panthers. He lines up in shotgun. Excuse me, the running back is Spencer Perkins. He did receive the run there. And he's tackled by number 5, Gardner, for the Eagles. So that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Panthers. They're across the 50. I would imagine they're in 4-down territory. especially as an underdog here. We're going to see them roll the dice some.
I would think so. Good tough running so far by that back. He has broke through initial contact on both plays.
Absolutely. So quarterback's actually number 12, Mason Battles for the Panthers. He is in shotgun. He keeps it. Not much there. He may have lost a half yard. He's tackled by number 33, McElrath for the Eagles. That is going to bring up fourth down, Jeff.
Yeah, no gain on the play.
No gain.
Interesting, but they are going. You called it right.
So they'll have a little bit of a personnel shift here. They're going to roll a couple of guys on.
Well, the punter was coming. He had a ball in his hand, and now he is coming.
So they are going to elect to punt.
So they have changed their mind. We're playing safe, so we don't really believe it. But he is lined up for the punt.
We don't even have anybody back, so it tells you about how much we think this is going to be an actual punt. So they're right at about the 47-yard line.
A nice play by Bryson Dabney. They ran a substitute all the way over on the sideline, and he followed him all the way out there to cover him.
So that ball is going to be down right about the 29-yard line. That's going to be where the Eagles take over 1st and 10. It'll be their first drive of the evening here at homecoming here at John Mark Stallings Field. Couple tough runs, as Jeff mentioned, for the Panthers. Weren't able to capitalize off that. Again, that aggressive defense, Jeff, we keep talking about. They're flying to the ball down there.
Yeah, we definitely were flying. And, I mean, 3 and out is the best you can hope for, especially on a short field, after the onside kick was not successful. So great job by the defense. Got the ball back to our offense in 3 plays. Let's see, we got AC starting out behind center.
Looks like we got, can't tell who moved on that first, Jeff. Let's see what the call is.
I think it was defense.
I think so, too. I think we got an offsides on the defense. It is offsides. So good play right there. Good play design on the clap. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Panthers. So that'll make it 1st and 5 for the Eagles.
I think this is part of our plan. We feel like we're a little bigger than them. I do think we're going to see some AC and David direct snap runs tonight.
So it looks like AC does pick up about a yard for AC Walters, number 1. He was in a direct snap for the Eagles. It's going to be 2nd down and about 4 for the Eagles. So you're still in good opportunity here, Jeff. You got great field position. You got a good penalty right off the bat. So you're 2nd and short. So the playbook's wide open right here. They're going to bring AC in motion now. That's going to be a handoff. Looks like to David Ortiz-Ramirez. I believe he's got a first down. He does have a first down. That'll move the sticks out to about the 41-yard line. David Ortiz-Ramirez, as we have become accustomed to, a lot of speed off the edge. Man, if he sees space, he's taking it quick.
Yeah, good tough run to get that first down. Of course, with Christian in the backfield, the D has to respect the pass, so they had to hesitate a second and gave David that opening.
So Christian has 2 backs with him in the shotgun there. He's going to hand that ball off to AC. That's going to be a pickup of about a yard or so. So that'll bring up 2nd down for the Eagles. It's going to be 2nd down and 7.
You can see for sure what our game plan is. We think we can run on them. We think we can push them. And I do believe we will continue that. I think we'll take a shot here and there, but looks like the game plan is to push them around a little bit.
Well, Jeff, this is the first game that we've called this year where our line looks bigger than who we're playing. That's a quick pass out there to the left. And
He's
that's
gone.
David Ortiz-Ramirez. You're
gone.
not going to catch him. Great play call by Coach Dawkins and Coach Summers. That's going to be an Eagle touchdown. Snipes over a quick pass to the left to David Ortiz-Ramirez. He is not going to be tracked down from behind. So great play call there.
56 yards for the touchdown. And, man, what a opening drive. You punch, jab with a run, jab with a run, jab with a run, and then we throw that quick screen out there to David. And once he got past the first guy, nobody was catching him on the Panther defense.
So great. You said it, Jeff. It wasn't a shot down the field as the extra point is up, and it is good. So that'll make our current score ACA 7, PCA 0. And even though that wasn't a shot down the field, Jeff, it's still one of those. They spread them out. They go 5 wide. They know what they're doing. It's the same type of strategy. We don't have to go vertical on it, but we hit you with a quick pass because you're expecting probably a quarterback draw right there, and we're going to take it to the house.
Well, based off what we were doing, definitely we're expecting the run. And you're right. It's not a vertical stretch, but it's a horizontal stretch. We're making them cover from sideline to sideline, and they were not ready for that. I mean, what a beautiful throw by Christian, and then David just turned on the afterburners.
What I really like when we work David Ortiz-Ramirez into the passing game. He does so well with that. He's got good hands. You know, he can play receiver. And so, again, that'll take our current score, ACA 7, PCA 0. Hey, Eagle fans, by the way, October 28th at Arrowhead Country Club, join us there for ACA's annual golf tournament presented by Casargin Insurance and Financial. If you want to meet some great people and eat some good food, compete for some fun prizes, and most of all, just want to support Eagle Athletics, visit alabamachristian.org for some more info. And down on the field, we do have another short kick that the Panthers have recovered. So they're going to start their drive again with pretty good field position. And so, by the way, you're in the River Region area looking for some fun, supporting a good program as Eagle Athletics. Man, look at October 28th. Come out to Arrowhead Country Club, play golf in that Casargin Insurance Tournament. The three of us have all played at some point or another and done what we've done. So back to the field, number 20 for the Panthers with the carry. That's Bryson Pugh for the Panthers. Another good, tough, hard run there, Jeff. And they've proven now they'll keep those legs moving. The running backs, they're fighting for yards.
Yeah, that was a nice 7-yard pickup right there. So we're going to need to keep an eye on them for sure. They're showing a little bit of fight.
So 2nd down and 3 on the field. We're under 8 minutes to go the first quarter. Eagles up over the Panthers 7-0. Was a beautiful opening drive for the ACA offense as well as their defense. And so ACA off to a good start here at homecoming. 2nd down and about 3 for the Panthers. And they're going to hand off. That ball is going to be
nice.
It's going to be a tackle in the backfield, looks like.
Micah Merritt, I think, made
first looks like Micah Merritt in on that tackle for the Eagles. So he was the first one in there. So that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. And again, Jeff, a little surprised we saw a punt last go-around. I still think you're in four down territory right here. I don't know any reason you wouldn't be thinking 4 downs right here.
Well, with the ease that we scored on the first drive, I would think now he is thinking, okay, I'm going to have to.
Yeah,
we're going to have to score.
Got to be aggressive.
Yeah,
got to be aggressive. So here's a 3rd down.
Here's the formation, the running formation. We'll call it the Goshen.
Yes.
So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a run to the right here.
We will always refer to this particular play as Goshen.
Yeah.
Goshen ran it on us at least 20 times, and we've seen it from teams ever since. Look like they moved down there, guys. I don't see a flag. Not much gain, if anything. Look pretty noticeable. Coach Summers is asking about it. I don't see a flag anywhere unless I'm overlooking it.
Jamarcus Leonard had some great penetration on that. He undercut that back and tripped him coming out before he could get started.
So it's 4th down for the Panthers. They're looking over. It does look like they're going to go for it now.
Yeah, they're going to go this time, which I'm not surprised. You called it, Ben. It's got to be a run because both the receivers.
I think they got us on that one, guys.
I think they did too.
Good design by their coaching staff right there, sending 2 guys in motion. We jumped. So it is going to be on us. It's going to be offsides. That's going to give them the 1st down. And pretty good field position right at about the 40-yard line, 1st and 10, under 6 minutes to go here at John Mark Stallings Field.
I don't even think they were planning on running a play because both their receivers were up on the line, which means nobody on the end on the line could go. I think that whole plan was just to get us to jump off, and it worked.
I think you're right, Jeff. Good play designed by them. And there's the snap.
There's Goshen.
He's going to roll to his right side. He's going to pick up about 2 yards. Looks like number 6, Jackson Burton's out there on the tackle.
Yeah, nice play by him, and we've talked about it multiple times. Anybody who watched the Goshen tape, they're going to run this formation against us and see what they can do. Again, one of the differences we talked about, we have the same size as PCA, so they're not going to bully us onto one side of the field like some other teams have done. So I think we may be a little more successful against this formation against PCA than we have been against some of the other teams.
Looks like they had a little confusion right there on their play call, but they got it in. Looks like there's a handoff off the right side, pickup of a few down there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Panthers. Looks like number 52 for the Eagles.
Jamarcus Leonard. That's 2 times in a row. He just stuck his big paw out that time and hit the guy in the shoulder, and he went down. He didn't even have a clean shot at him, but he made enough contact to make the back go down.
So 3rd down, I think I heard some Vanilla Ice in the background, guys. Going back to 92, the booth beside us. So they're going to work it. They're going to work that outside edge. He's got some space.
Tackle.
He's got space down. He's inside the 20-yard line. He got the edge there, Jeff. I can't see just the light down there. He got the edge and had some good space to run.
Yeah, we did not close that edge up. We've talked about it all year. The job of those outside linebackers or cornerback, and the guy who didn't do it's coming off the field now. But we've got to contain that edge, and he did not. They ran right around us, and big game that time.
Yeah, now what you're looking for right there, moving the sticks, getting inside the 20. We're almost to 4 minutes left in the first quarter here where ACA leads PCA 7-0. It'll be 1st down. Quarterback's going to roll to his right. He's got some space out there, Jeff.
We're going to have a hold.
Yeah. There's the flag. It's going to come back. That'll be a hold on the offense. Jeff, I will say, so far in this game, PCA quarterback pretty poised. Number 12, Mason Battles. I don't have what year he is here.
He's a senior.
He's a senior. Man, pretty poised down there. I see some leadership traits in him. He's talking, pointing, and he doesn't look rattled down there. That's a big deal for a team.
Yeah, he's done a good job. I really expected them to throw a little more, to be honest with you, and that may be coming still, but you're right. He's done a good job so far.
Well, I thought that too because, honestly, our backers, we're loading that box pretty well. Kind of leaving that back end open, kind of daring them, and so far we haven't seen that. I know we talked about it before the game, the possibility of seeing some shots. Again, it's going to be a timeout on the field. The timeout is called by ACA. We also want to thanking our sponsor tonight, Capital Tractor. So thanks to Capital Tractor for sponsoring tonight's game. We also want to thank our 2024 title sponsors. That's Toyota of Montgomery and Baptist Ortho Now. I tell you what, Jeff, the Russells have given Baptist Ortho Now a lot of business over the years. And I'm glad they're a sponsor tonight, and I take pride in the Russells giving them a sponsorship so much. So
you've been putting a few of their kids through college.
I have. So thanks to Toyota Montgomery, thanks to Baptist Ortho Now for being our 2024 title sponsors. And again, Capital Tractors and Adam Donaldson sponsoring tonight's game in general. So we want to make sure we thank all of our sponsors. Going back to the game action right here, PCA has been on a pretty good drive that's going to be negated right here by a hold. And I don't believe that hold was even necessary. I think you get positive yards regardless. So
yeah, he was already past the defensive player, but the guy held anyway. Big play for us, though, to stop their momentum a little bit.
That's a good pass that was dropped and broken up.
Jordan Sanders, I think, got his mitts in there.
That's right. That's going to be broken up by, number 15, Jordan Sanders down there. Pretty good ball by the quarterback for the Panthers, and Jordan Sanders made a ball play on it. So that's going to bring up. It's going to be 2nd down and a long for the Panthers.
Yeah, the ball was just a little bit behind, but definitely catchable. But Jordan got his hand in there and knocked it away. Nice play.
So there's the snap. We got man-to-man on the outside. And I think we're going to get a pass interference on that one, Jeff.
Yeah, our guy never turned his head.
And you know it's the deal at every level, but you're definitely going to get it in high school, especially if you don't turn your head around. Honestly, pretty good coverage out there. If he turns his head, probably doesn't get that call. But PCA saw the man-to-man, and they went live pass on it. So
definitely. The good thing in high school, it's not an automatic first down, so it's still 2nd and 4 now.
A lot better field position for them.
Oh, yeah,
we
definitely.
get close to 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Honestly, Jeff, they're kind of controlling the pace a little bit. You know, we had the explosive, good drive for us to kick off our first opening drive. Feels like they've had the ball for a while in their second drive.
They've had it for about 5 minutes right now, and they're just running it every time and taking their time.
And that's a handoff over right guard. It's going to be a gain of about a yard. And, Jeff, they are content to eat that clock. I mean, if they're moving the ball, even in just that old school, you know, where they used to call it 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust as a flag comes down.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
That's going to be a sideline warning on the offense. Yeah, sideline warning on the offense, so that'll back up the offense.
Well, I think this is probably one of their tactics for most of the year because they're normally a little out-talented by the other teams, and so they're going to try to slow it down, run as few plays as possible, and so that's, you know, what they're doing to us right now, and they're having some luck.
They are.
We've bailed them out with an offsides and a defensive pass interference, you know, giving them first downs, and so they've been able to keep it rolling.
So I guess, Jeff, that's just a warning. It will not be a loss of yardage.
That's correct.
So just a warning. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep that one. Several Eagles there to bring them down. Looks like number 52, Jamarcus Leonard, is one of the ones in on the play pretty fast.
Going to bring up a 4th and 2, it looks about. So
decision time, Jeff.
Yeah.
Now, you commented on their kicker pregame.
They were kicking some short field goals, and he was making it, but it was not – he wasn't booming it through. It was definitely a little bit of a looper, so I'm anxious to see.
Looks like they're going to go for it.
Yep.
So 4th and short. I would expect them to try to get us off sides right here. There's that same play, Jeff. We didn't bite that time. There is the snap. Quarterback rolls to his left. We got guys in the backfield.
There we go.
That's going to be a sack. Turnover on downs. That's number 3, Broderick Williams back there.
Great play by Broderick.
Good recovery, too, Broderick. He was the one earlier on the outside edge there that didn't set the edge and gave up a few yards on a running play. Got subbed out, got talked to by his coach, came back in, made a great play, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that was big. We gave them a couple of first downs. We needed to react, and defense, great play by the defense right there.
Broderick Williams, the senior, stepping up right there for the Eagles here on homecoming night. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Eagles at the 24-yard line. Minute and a half to go in the quarter. They're up on the Panthers 7-0. This is the Eagles' second drive of the night. It seems like it's been a long time, Jeff, since they've had the ball.
Yeah, we scored with 8:13 left in the quarter, so they had it for almost 7 minutes.
In high school football, that is a long time.
And they're yelling up here to something else.
It looks like the white hat is trying to get somebody's attention up here in the booth.
Because we made the tackle, there was 1:52 left in the quarter, and I guess it kept running. So that may be what they're trying to tell them about. And that may be what Michael came out and complained about for sure.
So just so you know, folks, there's a referee who's in the booth beside us. He is in charge of the clock. And so the referee, it looks like we're kind of having to push our coaches back for a potential sideline warning. So, there's always a referee in the booth who he controls the clock and the game clock.
So we picked up 8 seconds out of that deal because it was 1:52.
So there's a pass.
Nice drop in his hands.
Bryant Swindle with the drop there. I believe Bryant saw a lot of green, Jeff. I think he saw a touchdown right there, and he forgot the ball. Yeah, I'm going to call it now. Bryant will rebound from that quickly.
I'm sure he will, but clock operator's still struggling. The clock did not run during that play. So I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah, they're to our left in the booth beside us. That referee, he's looking at the box trying to figure it out. So not sure what's going on there. Play resumes on the field. Now there's a whistle and a flag.
A false start, it looks like.
Yeah, that is going to be a false start against the Eagles.
Must have been on the interior of the line with the umpires, the one who threw it. I did not actually see it, but he threw it pretty fast.
So that's going to be second down and long for the Eagles. They're going to spread them out.
Yeah.
I like the play call. This was the touchdown formation last drive. Christian drops back to pass. He's got a man out there. He has AC just underthrew AC just a little bit. An AC speed. Man, he got behind that defense, Jeff. He had a lot of green.
And another one was right beside him. Ethan Dabney was lined up against a linebacker, ran right by the guy. The guy grabbed him, actually. They could have called something, but you're not going to get that call in high school. If he'd have thrown a little shorter to Ethan, I think that might have been 6, honestly.
So we've got third down and long. We're 1 minute and 20 to go in the first quarter. I believe they got the clock figured out over there, Jeff.
I guess
looks like it's all worked out fine now. Coach Summers is still talking to the ref on the side over there. It's third down and 15 for the Eagles. Christian drops back to pass. He's got a man open out there. He goes short to a safety valve to Jackson Burton. Not much gain there. A few. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. About a 5-yard gain. Eagles are going to elect to punt here, it looks like, Jeff, on fourth down. Good call right here, backed up in your own end zone.
Yeah, I mean, we have pretty much been in control. They had a nice drive last time, even though we helped them out. Why take a gamble here late? So, yeah, I don't have a problem with the punt here on your own 24.
Two men back deep here for the Panthers. There's the punt. Man, they got somebody back there pretty well, guys. And we do get the punt off. That ball is going to take a Panther bounce back to about the 50-yard line. So, again, Jeff, for 3 possessions in a row, Panthers have pretty good field position.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't have asked for better field position for them. Their worst starting position has been their own 48-yard line so far. So, they've had everything they could ask for. They just haven't been able to punch anything in yet.
And, Jeff, I can tell you, if I'm a PCA coach, I'm on the road, it's homecoming at ACA, it's 7-0 towards the end of the first quarter. I can live with that as a coach. If you would tell me that before the game starts, hey, would you take 7-0 at the end of the first quarter, I'd take that pretty quick as a coach.
Oh, no doubt. You don't know how often they're going to get this great field position. I wouldn't be surprised if they took a shot right here.
They're in the Goshen.
Nope.
And they don't go off the edge. They kind of go off left guard across the 50, maybe the gain of a yard or two. It's going to bring up second down. They have crossed the 50. Looks like that was Baker on the carry. Number 15, Cody Baker for the Panthers.
And our 15, Jordan Sanders with the tackle. So looks like that's going to be it for the quarter.
So that will bring us to the end of the first quarter, where again your ACA Eagles are up 7-0 over Prattville Christian Academy Panthers. They have 0 here at John Mark Stallings Field. It's homecoming for the Eagles. And again, Jeff, if I'm the Panther coaching staff, I can live with a 7-0 first quarter for sure. And if I'm the Eagles, we've had a great opening drive, stalled out a little bit our second drive. And I'm telling the team, guys, we've only had the ball twice.
Right.
It's not like we're playing bad. We just haven't had the ball. And so all things considered, I can make an argument for both sides. So if I'm Coach Summers, I'm saying, hey, look, we've had the ball twice. They had a 7-minute drive that resulted in 0 points. And so we got to be effective. We got to play. We got to do what we do. Don't worry about the rest. And so I think the message of both coaching staffs here are probably pretty clear.
Yeah, we definitely can't panic. You're right. We've only had it twice. You're not going to score every single time you get the ball. We are 1 for 2 right now. Now we want to come back next drive and put some points up for sure. But let's let our defense hopefully stop them right here, get some decent field position, and we'll get it started. Looks like AD getting some love down there on the field.
It is Adam Donaldson down there. Yeah, down on the field is Adam Donaldson, and again, Capital Tractor is our sponsor, our game sponsor. Capital Tractor and Adam Donaldson down there on the field. But he slipped off from that booth, guys.
Yeah, he did.
He disappeared on us for a minute, and next thing we know, he's down the field. And now he'll make his way back up to the booth beside us, and then we'll resume play. There's no gain, maybe a yard on this play. They have swapped sides, so now Panthers will go from our left to right. I got him about a gain of a yard there, guys. Looks like, again, that's Baker with the carry for the Panthers.
Yeah, Levi Summers did a good job of getting that turned in. He couldn't make the tackle, but he did get it turned in and let the rest of the defense come and clean it up.
Levi Summers, the freshman, making a good play down there. We talked about him pregame. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down for the Panthers. They are about the 48-yard line. They're in no rush. They come out in that Goshen setup. There's a whistle down there. I believe we're going to get a timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, timeout on the field. Looks like it's called by Goshen. Excuse me, PCA.
Freudian slip there.
I keep seeing that. I keep seeing that same the old Goshen offense.
Right, that's right.
So Panthers do call the timeout. And because they're doing it beside us, I want to promo really quick once again the Kasarjan Insurance Golf Tournament. It's October 28th. It's at Arrowhead Country Club. And, man, if you want to meet some great people, eat fantastic food, compete for some good prizes, and support Eagle Athletics, go to alabamachristian.org. Check it out. Consider playing that day. Have a good time. It's not too late to register. And so make sure you go check that out. I've played in it. If I can play in it, anybody can play in it. Randy can attest to that. And so it's a lot of fun. They do give great prizes. So, man, head on over to alabamachristian.org and check that out. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 as we return to the game here on the field. And there's the snap for the Panthers. Baker, number 15, he's going to keep. He's going to be tackled by number 6, Jackson Burton. He's down to about the 45-yard line. Again, Jeff, same conversation, different drive. You're in 4-down territory, 45-yard line. You're down 7-0, just under 11 minutes to go in the first half. See a Panther down there. He's a little bit gimpy.
Yeah,
he'll stay in the game. Yeah,
and he just went
now
down.
He's going to go down.
I was a little surprised that they didn't throw it there, but I think him running it kind of gave a hint that this was going to be 2 plays to get 8 yards.
So they'll check on the center down there for the Panthers. And, Jeff, honestly, when the Panthers have passed, it has looked pretty good. We're giving them a lot of man coverage. I'm a little bit surprised given their quarterback's poise. We both talked about it privately. We expected them to pass a little bit more. We haven't seen that yet. I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, I thought they would pass a little more too. Now this is their 4th series, so I haven't had it a ton, but still, I thought early they would be trying to mix it in, and they've had a little bit of success. They got the pass interference call, and I think he's got one other completion, then we broke one up and sacked him. I think that's what maybe PCA is the most worried about, is the pressure that we can put on their quarterback.
Absolutely. Again, that aggressive defense that we've talked about. You know, the quarterback rolled to his left, made a pretty good throw that was broken up by an ACA defender earlier. Mm-hmm. So there's some man-to-man matchups out there to keep an eye on. I will say the same for ACA. You know, there's been some man-to-man matchups, and we've seen a couple looks right over the middle that could have been 6 for us. So a couple things to keep an eye on there as we're kind of playing that chess match back and forth. I do think, Jeff, that the Panthers probably would rather have the long minute-killing drives. Keep the ball out of our offense's hands.
Oh, no doubt about it. If they can just pick up a first down here, they'll be happy to run 3 more minutes off the clock, even if they don't get another first down. So they are definitely looking to run that clock.
So 4th down and about 5 for the Panthers. Same play, 2 guys in motion. They'll look over to the coaching staff, get a call. We're going to have another timeout. I think that was a design to try to get them off. Good call, Randy. I don't think they were ever even meant. So to run a play, so that'll be another timeout for the Panthers. Guys, do they come out and punt the ball here?
Yeah,
I think
almost
after that play call, I think after that play call, we're going to try to get you off sides. We're going to call timeout.
Had an injury timeout, so you had a timeout.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So
And they had just called one the play before, ran that play, had an injury timeout, so got another timeout. Now they're calling another one. So
absolutely.
Little uncertainty about what they're doing.
And again, guys, we're a few minutes in the second quarter. You are a Panther coach. We're in a one-score ball game. So I'm like, hey, guys, let's punt. Let's back them up. Now, we know this for sure, that we're going to come out and be aggressive offensively.
Yes.
If we're going to have limited possessions, Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, we've had 2, 3? How many we have? 2?
We've had 2, yeah.
2 offensive possessions. We're a few minutes into the second quarter here. So if we're going to be limited in possessions, I would see us being very aggressive. They are going to go for it. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to roll to his left, and he does have somebody out there, guys, and that ball falls incomplete.
Thankfully.
Yeah, he had a step for a minute. Good recovery out there by the ACA defender.
Number 15 throwing that pass instead of their
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like number 15 for the Panthers. That's Baker. That's their running back. He was in a direct snap, and he made the pass. We couldn't get a read on that ACA defender out there.
I think it was T.J. Merritt.
Okay, T.J. Merritt. Good recovery. He was beat for a second. He closed the gap soon. I like the play call for the Panthers. Take a deep shot right there. So ACA gets the ball. Great field position at the 45-yard line. First down and 10.
Yeah, I think with this field position, you're right, Ben, we're going to be aggressive.
So there's Snipes. He's going to do a quick pass to his right. Out to AC
switch
Walters. AC is gone. Come on, AC. There you go. That's touchdown. Great play call. Aggressive play call. No flags are down. That's going to be an Eagle touchdown. And I'm going to tell you, if you are a coach on the other sideline, that is demoralizing right now. So great job by those Eagle coaching staff. Great execution by the players down there. Christian had to put that one on the money. Quick pass to his right. AC gets it, takes it the distance.
Yeah, nice design, little slip screen. He got inside 3 blockers, and then just like with David on the first touchdown, the Panther defenders were not going to catch him.
Extra point is up. It is good. So that's going to take your current score. Alabama Christian 14, Prattville Christian 0. Great response. And, Jeff, I feel like our offense has only been on the field for about 5 minutes. I don't mean 5 minutes of football time. I mean like 5 minutes of real time.
Oh, I think you're right. It has been a very short amount of time, and that does have to be demoralizing to PCA. They have controlled the pace of this first half, and they're down 14-0 when we have barely had the ball. So hopefully this is part of what we talked about. Let's keep the momentum going, and let's get them to fold up a little bit, and let's have a good night.
And again, Jeff, it's one of those things. It's not your vertical stretch, but it's still an aggressive play. It's a quick pass. Get your athletes in space. It's the same principle.
That's correct.
It's the same principle. So, and you see that a lot more in today's college football. Get those quick passes out to your athletes in space. Let them take it to the house.
I say let's kick this one.
We got
it.
I believe it was a squib, guys, that went off. I don't believe that was an onside. I think it was a squib. It went off a Panther, number 30 for the Eagles. That's Ladarius Walters. That's the freshman down there with the recovery. Good to see him getting some action down there, Jeff, on special teams. We talked about Ladarius pregame.
Yeah, he has shown brightly the last couple of games. That was beautiful. And we put a little more speed on that kick. It ricocheted off of the up man, and Ladarius was right there to jump on it.
So Eagle offense, thankfully, going to get the ball back. And again, doesn't seem like they've had that ball very long, very much. So it'll be 1st and 10 right about the 49-yard line. Snipes drops back. He's got a man deep. Oh, man. Great pass by Christian Snipes. That was intended for David Ortiz Ramirez. David, Jeff, had some room to run under that ball. He did have to kick it up a gear. At first, I thought that ball was going to be overthrown. David closed that gap and, man, just went off his fingertip. I love the play call.
Yeah, really just slightly overthrown. You're right, Ben. David had to he was doing everything he could to catch up to it, and that kind of makes your catching, ability a little less. But yeah, great aggressive call. I think we will continue to see that, especially in the first half.
Anybody else running under that ball probably doesn't even get their fingertips on it. So
correct.
Second down, that's a pitch out to the left side.
Fumble.
That's a fumble. I believe we have recovered it.
We got it.
So there was a fumble as he looks like David Ortiz Ramirez went down to about the 43, 44-yard line. Panther defender puts his shoulder pads into the ball, coughed up, recovered, thankfully, by the Eagles. That's going to bring up third down.
I think that was Grady Roberts who got the recovery.
Grady Roberts, the captain for tonight. Now he doesn't recover it. We recover that thing and make it a first down.
That's a tough assignment for David. You run the fly, and you come back the very next play, and they're the pitch man on an outside run.
So first down and 10 now for the Eagles. They'll take it. As Snipes snaps the ball, he hands it off to, I believe, AC.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be loss of a yard down there. Panthers sniff it out pretty well. That looks like it's number 13 down there, Spencer Perkins with the tackle for the Panthers. That's going to bring up second down and about 11. And props to the Panthers there. They sniffed that one out, made a good play.
Yeah, they have done a good job with our plays up the middle so far. Usually we have a little more success on that. So I would expect we're going to continue to kind of hit the flanks and beat them wide.
So there's the snap to Christian. He's going to pass it over the middle. Great catch.
Jackson Burton.
Jackson Burton. Looked like that ball was a little high, guys, and he went up and got it. Believe he took a shot on that one. He seems to be okay. We all know he's a tough guy, but I think he took a hit on that one.
Yeah, he did. He got set up a little bit for a tough hit. But
you can see him.
You're right. He's tough. He's going to hang on to it. Christian has full confidence in him. So now third and short.
Going to be third down and short for the Eagles. I believe we're going to see a shot right here, guys. What do you think? Third and short, good field position.
We might, because we feel like we can get a 4th and 1.
There's the snap. That's going to be a handoff.
Probably should have.
I believe that's going to be maybe a loss of a yard, guys. Loss of a couple yards there. That's going to bring up 4th and a little bit longer. We'll see what we do here. Obviously, we're going to go for it. That ball spotted right about the 35.5-yard line.
Yeah, they, again, a good job up the middle on us. It's outside where we are having our success.
It's a flag down. I believe they're going to get us on a false start.
I don't think the center can pick the ball up when everybody starts moving, and I think that's what he called.
Okay, yep.
Now, I don't know why they're doing such a huge – he just did a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah.
So I'm not real sure about that, what the call is. That's a 10-yard – they've walked off 10 yards.
So Coach Summers is asking the sideline ref for some clarification. Sideline ref going to the white hat. Okay, making an adjustment. There you go. So somebody had something off. Good call there by Coach Summers.
That's going to be 4th and 9.
It's going to be 4th down and 9 for your Eagles. And there's the whistle. We'll resume play. Christian will drop back to pass. That's going to be deflected.
Got his arm hit.
Yeah, got his arm hit. That ball is caught by an ACA player down there. No gain. I believe that was Broderick Williams who caught the deflection. So it'll be a turnover on downs for the Eagles. Panthers are going to start their next drive, first down and 10, down there right about the 40-yard line, going left to right from our view. And again, Jeff, it's 14-0. You're halfway through the second quarter. Man, if you're a Panther coach right now, probably live with that.
Yeah, definitely. I think as long as you're within striking distance, they are going to be happy. Our guys are probably not real happy right now, and I'm assuming we'll light a fire at halftime.
So there's the snap. They're going to do a quick pass out to the right side. He's got a little room to run there, fighting. I believe he got a first down on some real good, hard-fought yards. Looks like Levi Summers was one of the few players for the Eagles in on the tackle. It is going to be a first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, our initial contact is not bringing these runners down
It's
right
not
now.
tonight, no. And the Panthers are showing some fight when they get the ball in a tackling situation. So they're across the 50, about the 46-yard line. It's a bad snap. Quarterback for the Panthers, Mason Battles, he's going to just fall on it. It's going to be a loss of 8 yards. It's going to be a long second down. We're about just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. We're at John Mark Stallings Field for homecoming here for your ACA Eagles. They're up right now 14-0 over Prattville Christian Academy. And there's another whistle. I believe we're getting another timeout.
Yep.
Timeout Panthers.
I've got that's their last one.
I have that too. Last timeout of the half. And so, Jeff, what do you think? We're here. We're 6 minutes ago in the first half. It's 14-0. I think the message, if you're Coach Summers, is the same. Guys, really didn't have the ball a whole lot. We've only had the ball 3-4 times. 4 times we've scored twice with some big hitters. So I think you just got to play the long game here.
I think he's not going to be happy with how we can't move it in the middle. I think we really thought we had an advantage on the line, and we're going to be able to move it. And I don't think he's going to be happy with that 3rd and short that turned into a 4th and medium, that turned into a 4th and long with a snap infraction. So we've got a couple of things we need to clean up, but you're right. We have scored 2 out of the 4 times we've had it. We keep up that pace. We're going to score 34, 35 points tonight, which should be more than enough to win.
Absolutely.
The bad part about it is right now we're nowhere near a position to be putting our JV kids in to getting some experience.
Yeah.
This is still varsity time.
That's right.
And looks like it will be, through the 3rd quarter even.
That's one thing you mentioned, these JV players who are having to provide some depth chart here, needing some varsity. And that's a reverse. He's got a little space out there. They're back across the 50. He gets down close to the original line of scrimmage. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like 15 Jordan Sanders was in on the tackle. I got that about 3rd and 11 for the Panthers.
Yeah, we did a good job of cutting that back in. Just no one was there to make the tackle.
Right.
So our outside guy did his job. Just nobody was there. Still 3rd and long, though. We're in a good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. 3rd and long. There's a snap. He drops back. I think he was looking for some type of screen pass, guys.
Good pass rush.
Something didn't mash out well. I'm not sure it was miscommunication, but it looked like he was going for a screen pass. Nobody was there.
Yeah.
So he just kind of had to tuck it and fall.
Makai Gardner got in there quick with a sack on that one.
So it's going to be 4th and long at the 50-yard line. Looks like they're marching the punt team out. We're just under 5 minutes to play here in the first half. ACA's up 14-0 over PCA.
Now, we'll have a good taste in our mouth if we can put in one more score before halftime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go up 21-0. I think we'll be feeling good.
So there's the punt.
And
they fake it. They fake it, guys. I think we got it. We got it.
Do.
Picked up about 3 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice play. TJ Merritt on that fake punt.
Yeah, good play by TJ Merritt right there. I like the call from the Panther coaching staff. Without TJ right there, that's a long fake punt. You call that on 4th and 5, 4th and 6, 4th and 7.
Right, 4th and 13.
4th and 13, that's big. So I do like the play call. Fortunately, TJ Merritt makes a great play on it, and that'll be Eagle ball, turnover on the fake punt.
I do wonder if that was a read, though, because we had several receivers uncovered, and he just threw it to one of them. But like you said, it was such a long distance, they could not make it up.
So 1st and 10 to 46. Christian pitches out to his left. That's David Ortiz Ramirez out there. He's tackled. He's brought down by number 62. That's Bryce Masters out there. Good play by Bryce Masters. Just a gain of a couple yards right there. Going to bring up 2nd down for the Eagles as we roll right at 4 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah, David took a tough hit on that one. I'm
He
sure
did.
he wouldn't be, his feelings wouldn't be hurt if he got a play where he didn't carry it on the play.
There's the snap. Christian Snipes back to pass. He's got a player.
Oh, nice catch.
Jackson went up again, guys. He went up again. He got hit pretty hard right there.
Great catch, though.
Great catch by Jackson. Just a little high.
But he did take some punishment on the hit, no doubt.
We'll let them tend to Jackson down there. And, guys, I think that happens in college. This is no intent on any play on the field. You know, in college, there's so any play like that is usually called targeting in the college. They overcompensate for that.
Right.
A lot of times your defenders, they're just playing football. It makes me wonder, we don't have a replay, of course, but, man, just going up high, you're kind of blindsided. It takes a really hard hit. And, again, in college, it seems that the referee just errs on targeting on that nowadays. Now, when we were all younger, never. But, man, that's a tough play right there on the field.
Yeah, it is tough, but you're right. You very rarely see it. It's got to be a dirty hit to get called on the high school level. But you're right. In college, we probably would have seen a flag, and they're reviewing targeting right now.
Absolutely, especially when that crowd, the college crowd responds. So
right.
The most important thing right now is that Jackson's okay. He does seem to be. He's up. He's walking on his own. And so I'm sure that hit hurt. That's his second time, guys. I believe the same play, same result. So he's walking off on his own.
I like to see Christians walking over to him saying,
Absolutely.
Sorry, dude, didn't mean to set you up for that hit. Jackson patted him on the helmet going by. I like seeing that.
Yeah, good leadership by Christian right there. Jackson looks to be fine. Trainers will check him out, and we'll try to give an update as we know it over there. So we'll let the trainers do what they do. Meanwhile, back on the field, 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Eagles have the ball right about the 35-yard line. So it's going to be first down.
A couple of youngsters. We got Levi and Ethan Dabney both in at receiver for this one. So we thought they might, mix in some of the younger guys tonight.
Ethan Dabney, the one we talked about pregame, who really, really played well last week at Trinity. There's a reverse.
To Ethan.
That is to Ethan. Ethan's got some room out there. I believe he's got a first down. He does have a first down. Pickup of 12 yards for Ethan Dabney, right on cue. The freshman, number 25. Great kid. Man, came in last week in the Trinity game, did really well. Glad to see Ethan wrinkled in right there.
He's making some plays. And you know what? He earned that carry tonight by what he did last week against Trinity.
Sure did.
And I'm glad to see the coaches reward him.
In the meantime, his undershirt has been pulled completely down.
Yeah.
So
looks like he has a towel now.
Yeah, so big first down right there for the Eagles. We got a hard count here. Panthers don't budge. Christian looks to his left to get the call. And we need a snap. There it is. Christian's back to pass. He has got, we're going to get a pass interference on that.
Big time.
Number 2, Bryant Swindle, intended receiver. Easy call right there for the ref. Happened right in front of him. Threw the flag immediately, so the call is going to be pass interference.
Kind of the same call we had against TJ earlier. Never turned his head to get to the ball, just ran right through the receiver. So you're right, easy call.
Easy call right there. So that'll be a pass interference.
Probably half the distance, my guess would be, since it's inside the 30. Let's see where they mark us off to. Yeah, it got us to the 11.
Pass interference is the call against the Panthers.
First and 10 at the 11.
Another Eagle first down from the 11-yard line.
So first down and 10, the 11-yard line.
Gets out to David.
Oh, way to go, David.
David Ortiz Ramirez lowers his shoulder, lays a lick, and keeps his feet moving for a touchdown. Great job by David Ortiz Ramirez right there. And, Jeff, we've talked about it for a couple years. They call him a scat back, but I tell you what, he didn't like a scat back right there. He like a power runner.
I tell you what, he absorbed some major contact right there and kept his balance. Now, he wobbled slightly, but the defender went straight to the ground, and then he kept his balance and got in for the rest of the way. Tremendous run.
Great job there by David. Good touchdown for the Eagles to finish off the half. extra point. It's going to go up, and it is going to be good. So your current score, ACA 21, PCA 0. And, Jeff, I'm looking at my notes here. It's hard to imagine. Actually look for the misprint. But, man, time goes by so fast. David Ortiz-Ramirez, senior.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it is hard. I remember he's out here running as a freshman.
Yeah.
Man, time goes by so fast. I glanced down. I was going to call what year of school he was, and I saw 12, and I thought, man, that can't be right. But it is. David Ortiz-Ramirez, the senior, who's leaving a great legacy here at ACA.
He's been a great contributor his time here and meant more to the team every year, and is one of the leaders on the team this year for sure.
So your current score, ACA 21, PCA 0. We are at homecoming here at John Mark Stallings Field. Getting close to halftime. If you're joining us now, stay tuned. During halftime, we will step away, but you will see the homecoming court, if you will, here at halftime. They'll have somebody on the microphone, or in the PA booth, so you'll be able to have audio on that as well. So I want to invite you, if you're watching the game, you're an Eagle, watch that halftime show, watch the halftime presentation of the homecoming court. Panthers are going to receive out here. He's going to take it across the 20 where he's tackled. They'll start 1st and 10 there. And if you're joining from the Prattville Christian Academy crew, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back again the second half, so stay tuned with us. And so just want to make sure our ACA friends and family know about homecoming here, the homecoming presentation. That's probably the word I'm looking for, homecoming presentation. They are going to announce the homecoming queen during halftime. They will show that, and you'll better hear that as well. So we'll step away, and we'll probably grab a bite to eat here in our broadcast booth. So
we need our nourishment, Ben.
We do. So I was looking around, guys, for like Outback to be catered, but I don't see it just yet. So, but we'll say, hey, it is homecoming. You never know. So back to the field, 21-0. ACA leads here, homecoming. Panthers begin to drive, 1st down and 10. They're going to hand the ball off the middle. Nothing there. Couple different players on that tackle.
Cam Sutton, I think, really, the initial contact there.
Yeah, Sutton in on the initial hit. That's going to bring up 2nd down for the Panthers.
Now, not to be a wet blanket, but we've given up a late score in all 4 first halves so far this year. I know I'm a broken record on that. This would be a great night to stop that streak and make sure they do not score.
It absolutely would be. Man, great crowd here tonight. What a good crowd here for homecoming. Capital Tractor sponsoring tonight. Thanks to them, Adam Donaldson. That's going to be a handoff off the right side for the Panthers. Not much there, a couple yards maybe. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
I think Mekhi Gardner made a good play coming off the outside there and running that down.
So we got a timeout.
James said it was Cam Sutton next door to us, so we'll give him a little
PA called Sutton. It's going to be timeout Eagles. We're under 2 minutes to go in the first half. ACA's up 21-0. And Jeff, we're on track. We're on track to finish this game just the way we need to. We needed that last touchdown.
Yes, definitely.
You've said it. We need those JV players to get in. No disrespect to any other team, of course. But if you are a favorite the way we're favorited tonight, that's what you expect. Handle your business, get some of your young guys in. So that's what they expect coming into the game.
And I think that's why we just called a timeout right now. We're hoping they're going to throw it, or we may have to burn our last timeout. But we're going to try to get one more shot here in the last 60 seconds and see if we can make it 28-0.
And, again, I have been so impressed with PCA's, just their poise, their players, their leadership. I haven't seen anything dirty out there from them. We've mentioned the quarterback a couple times. That's number 12, Mason Battles down there. Man, I just really like what I'm seeing from them. They're a small team right now, Jeff, numerically, physically. But, man, they come to play football tonight.
It's amazing. They've played a good game. It's surprising it's 21-0, honestly. We got a false start on their center there.
It's going to be a flag on the center.
But, yeah, they've played a good, solid ball game. They just can't score the ball, and so that's an issue.
Absolutely, and that 7-minute drive, really well put together. And, honestly, the touchdowns have really been on big plays. Kind of busted coverage a little bit, if you will. And so if I'm their coaches, but I'm just saying, hey, keep fighting. We can eliminate the big plays. You never know. Just keep fighting, keep clawing.
That's right.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12 for the Panthers. We're a minute and a half to go in the first half. There's the snap.
They keep it on the ground.
Handoff. Yeah, they keep it on the ground. They're going to make us. They're going to make us burn that timeout. So we'll call timeout there. We want the ball back, Jeff. Good call right there. We'd love to punch one more in going into the half. And I think we possibly, Jeff, I hate to speak too soon, may have just broken our streak of giving up a big play, big scores at the end of the first half in every game this season.
Good call. I hope that is correct. I hope we don't do anything foolish on the punt return. But, yeah, we've got 91 seconds. That's plenty of time to get the ball, and let's drive down and try to get another score. I love the aggressive nature of the coaching staff.
So AC, he's getting set, number 1. He's getting set for the punt return. He's talking to the coaches. Man, wouldn't it be nice if AC just bust one open right here?
Oh, yeah.
I've been waiting for that punt return tonight where we just take it to the house. AC got a lot of speed, good shifty runner. We'll see what happens right here.
A little confusion.
Yeah, we seem to be a little bit confused.
Well, we've got 11 out there. There's a lot of shuffling off and on the field.
Yeah. Coach Summers telling the players and coaches to back up again. Guys, the punter just slipped. So low punt to the punter. I looked away just for a second at Coach Summers. Panthers are going to down the punt right at about the 44-yard line. So that's where the Eagles will take over what may be their last drive of the first half. They're up 21-0. We called a couple timeouts right there, Jeff, so we wanted the ball. We wanted an opportunity to put one more in. So I would expect us to be aggressive right here. I don't expect 3 runs up the middle here to take it to half.
Oh, 100%. We're going to be throwing the ball. I think that's a good confidence boost for Christian. Christian, we want the ball in your hand. You can lead us down the field and score. So, I love the aggressive nature.
There's the snap. Christian rolls to his right. He does come out passing. He had Levi Summers out there. That ball falls incomplete. So that's going to bring up 2nd down. 1:15 to go in the first half.
Lucky not to get that one picked off. Levi tripped right at the last second, and it almost went right to the defender. Honestly, I don't even think we'll mind if we have 3 passes and have to punt it back to him. I think we're going to take a shot here.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be aggressive right here. So Christian's in an empty backfield. He's going to bring David Ortiz Ramirez in motion. Christian rolls to his right, and he's got just a bit overthrown out there.
He had David Ortiz Ramirez wide open about 6 yards down the field. He went for that intermediate pass again.
Yeah, that ball intended for Levi Summers. It falls incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Bring up 3rd down and 10.
Wonder if we'll try something wide here, like another screen, like we've done before, and see if we can pick up some yards and run a little bit of clock before we punt it away to him.
So he's empty again. Big 3rd down right here. Man, we'd love to get some points here to finish off this half. There's a snap. It's low. Christian drops back to pass. And we have a flag down.
There's a flag on the play.
Believe we may have a it's going to be a false start. Yeah, to blow it dead the way they did. It's going to be on the offense. Coach Summers, Jeff, he won't love that in that situation at all.
No, not at all. I mean, we're trying to hone this offense in and make it, a machine where we can work. And, the movement on the line is just not acceptable.
So 3rd and long. Empty backfield again for Christian. He brings David in motion. He hands it off to David out there. David's got some room. He gets to about the 50-yard line. I think they're rolling the clock, so I guess he was down inbounds.
Yeah, little pop pass there, though.
So good play call right there. Manageable 4th down.
4th and 3, looks like.
We'll get into a little tempo right here and get lined up.
Yeah,
we got him.
We got him.
Yeah, got him offside right there. There's the flag. So that'll get us some free yards. Good play right there.
And a first down.
Good design, yeah. Big first down. 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Yeah, and stop the clock.
Stop the clock, yeah.
So a free timeout out of that also.
Yeah, so we'll get the play called in here. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And there's just overreach, intended for Bryant Swindle. Snipes comes out high just a little bit again, Jeff. Luckily, that ball was intercepted.
Yeah, that ball looked bad coming out of his hand, almost like it slipped out of his hands. It was not a pure spiral coming out of his hand.
I tell you what, if number 20, if he intercepts that, there is nobody.
He may be gone.
Nobody in front of him. And then it would be my fault because I mentioned closing out the first half without a big play against us and a score. So would have been completely my fault. But nonetheless, here we are. Still Eagle ball. It's 2nd down. 36 seconds to go in the half. And there's a screen pass.
We're going to get a hold, though.
And that's going to be complete. We got some room out here the left side. That's David Ortiz Ramirez. And he's going to be scored. There's a flag down. We'll check the flag out.
I think we got a hold, unfortunately. He threw it, Whitehat threw it pretty fast.
Yeah, judging by, looks like whatever they're talking about, it looks like Broderick overheard it. He kind of clapped his hands and dropped his head. So it is the call, Jeff. Hold. You saw it as it happened.
Yeah, I think Broderick was asking, was it me? And Whitehat shook his head yes. I think that's why he dropped his head a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think that would have even affected the play, Jeff, honestly.
No, I don't either.
So we see number 25, Ethan Dabney, checks in. Broderick's going to come out for a sec. He's going to chat with Coach just for a minute. That's going to back us up.
Yeah, 2nd and 22.
Yeah, 2nd and very long right here.
And now the clock's running. Yeah. We may see us run it out now.
20 seconds to go. We're under 20 to go in the first half. ACA up 21-0. And there's the shot. He's got Bryant Swindle out here. Oh, just overthrown, Jeff. I mean, he had him just a bit overthrown. And honestly, that ball, like, it may have slipped out of his hand, too.
Yeah, it's not coming out clean for sure. Funny. Because, unfortunately, Bryant made absolutely no adjustment to it either. He stayed on his line, and the ball was inside, really towards the hash, and he never moved. Luckily, the defensive back never made a move for it either. So
6 seconds to go, what I would imagine be the last play of the first half. ACA up 21-0 over PCA. It's homecoming here at John Mark Stallings Field. And again, you're going to see the homecoming court presentation during halftime, so stick around.
I imagine we're just going to take another shot again.
And Christian escapes the pocket. He's going to run it out here.
He's going to get some yards. But
yeah, he's going to get a little chunky yards. He's knocked out of bounds about the 32-yard line. And that's going to take us to the end of the first half. Your ACA Eagles up 21-0 over Prattville Christian Academy. Jeff, really quick, we're going to sign off here for halftime, but really quick, thoughts on the first half?
It was a strange first half because PCA really played a decent half, but they have nothing to show for it. We were kind of herky-jerky and weren't totally consistent, and we're up by 3 touchdowns. So a little bit of a strange half. Hopefully third quarter we can get a little bit better rhythm and really pad this lead.
And we'll see what happens. Again, want to thank our sponsor tonight, Capital Tractor and Adam Donaldson. Thank them for just sponsoring the homecoming game here. You're going to see the homecoming court presentation here during halftime. We're going to step away here in our broadcast booth. We'll see you real soon for the second half. All right, we're back here at John Mark Stallings Field. ACA Eagles lead PCA 21-0. Just saw the homecoming court presentation here at halftime, and we're getting ready to kick off the second half. And, Jeff, I would expect us to come out and get in the ball, to stay within the theme, stay aggressive. You never know how many offensive possessions you're going to get. So I would say the message has been clear. Let's stay aggressive.
Definitely. I think we're 2 more scores in for sure. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing, super aggressive. If we get to plus 30 points, then I think we may take it off a little. But right now, I think it's just like 0-0.
Absolutely. So there's the kick. It's going to I believe that ball is going to go out of bounds.
Yeah.
We may have recovered it right before.
Yeah, I think AC touched it before it went out, so it's going to stay there.
So pretty good kick for the Panthers. That's going to be at the 20-yard line. Right at the 19-yard line for the Eagles. They'll begin their drive, their first drive of the second half. We want to thank you for joining us tonight. Again, it's homecoming. Tonight's game is sponsored by Capital Tractor. So we want to thank Capital Tractor for giving us a sponsorship for tonight, their investment into not only ACA athletics but ACA in general. So thank you, Capital Tractor. Here just underway in the second half. It's going to be first down rather, for the Eagles. That's going to be David Ortiz Ramirez for a 5-yard gain. So that'll bring up second down for the Eagles.
I wouldn't mind seeing us establish the run a little bit. We really didn't in the first half. Really, that scramble by Christian at the end of the half was really the only big hitter we had running-wise. So good to see us try to do a little bit of that this time.
Absolutely. There's another handoff off the left side. It's going to be a pickup of a couple. Good to see Jackson Burton back on the field, guys. Number 6, the senior. Excuse me, the junior. So he was shaken up a little bit earlier in the game. Took a couple of big hits. So it's good to see him back out there, giving that green light to go. Never going to question his toughness.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he was lobbying hard. Hey, I'm back in the second half.
So it's third down. Snipes is going to keep the ball off the left side. Excuse me, that's AC. AC in a direct snap. So that's going to fall short. It's going to depend on the spot.
I thought he said first down, but they haven't moved anything yet.
It looks like they got a pretty good spot on that. Now they're going to call first down. A little bit of a delay there.
Yeah, there we go.
So it will be a first down on what I felt was a pretty good spot by the refs.
Yeah.
Looked like he was just short to me.
It's like the white hat was the only one calling first down and nobody was paying attention to him.
So there's Snipes. Quick pass to Bryant Swindle. That falls incomplete.
Christian's been a little high tonight on his throws. Been just off tonight.
Just a little bit high. Another one that's high right there for Christian. That ball falls incomplete. Going to be second down. Just under 10 minutes to go. Just underway here in the third quarter. Christian's going to line up and shotgun. He's got 2 running backs with him. He's going to give it to AC. AC's got some room to run out there. He's across the 40. Makes a man miss.
He's going to be gone.
He's gone. AC, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. AC Walters. Man, what a run. That's a 71-yard run for the senior. And that is that's the drive. That's the play you want coming out here in the second half.
No doubt about it. And I think we have established if David or AC are in the open field, it's gone. There's nobody on the Panther defense who's as fast as either one of them. If they have open yardage, it's going to be a touchdown.
I mean, it looked like he was shot out of a cannon. So great score right there. And there's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So that'll take your score, ACA 28, PCA 0. We're just a couple of minutes into the third quarter. And that's the drive you're looking for right there, Jeff.
No doubt about it. I mean, quick hitter, keep the momentum going, and, I couldn't ask for anything better. I'd expect us to stay aggressive for the rest of this quarter and then hopefully work in some of our young folks.
So good response there coming out of halftime. Look, AC, I mean, when you go athlete on athlete, you get him in space, you're going to take AC most of the time.
Right.
Probably every time.
No doubt about it.
So once he saw space, he was gone. He had a good move right there, somebody who thought they had pursuit on him, and he was gone after that.
Yeah.
So 28-0 here at John Mark Stallings Field, homecoming. Eagles just come out their opening drive of the second half with a nice touchdown run. So they're going to line up to kick it off.
I think he may try to kick it deep this time.
And he does kick it deep. Great kick. That's going to bounce about the 10-yard line. Panther will recover it right there. He goes out to about the 21-yard line. Great tackle down there.
Ethan Dabney, what a tackle.
Another good play by Ethan Dabney, the freshman. We've called his name a few times tonight, Jeff. He's one of those young kids that got in there last week, earning some playing time.
I'll tell you what, and that had a chance to go somewhere if he had not made that tackle, because our contain had been sucked in. The return man made a nice move outside, but Ethan with a fabulous tackle.
And you're right. I heard Randy in the background say, uh-oh. And Ethan just made a great, great pursuit right there.
Yeah.
So Panthers are going to begin the drive right here. They're across the 30. That ball may have squirted out. Looks like they may blow it dead. They're going to blow it dead, so
it's like Cooper Milner and Cam Sutton got in on the tackle. I'm not sure who forced the fumble, but they were in on the tackle there.
So second down for the Panthers. And they look over to the sideline for a long play call in. There's the snap. We're going to bring some pressure off the left side. Looked like Jackson Burton was coming on a blitz. They do move the sticks, it looks like, on that play for a first down out to about the 38-yard line.
They threw a flag, but I'm not sure if we were offsides. No, I think he's calling false start.
He is calling false start. So that play will not stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the call. So that's going to back them up, negate the first down. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. ACA up 28-0.
That could be a big 5 yards right there. That was a nice pickup. They had a little momentum, 2 plays, got a first down, and just with that infraction, anytime they seem to get something going, they get hurt.
So that'll negate what they just did. So Panthers, they'll stay in shotgun. They've got 4 receivers out there. 1 running back joins the quarterback. That's going to be a handoff the right side, and that'll be a pickup of a few yards. That tackle's made by number 15, Jordan Sanders. That's going to bring up third down. And here in the third quarter, every home game, we like to have a guest up here in the booth with us just for a few minutes. And we are honored to have Coach Trace Hill, a head men's basketball coach here at Alabama Christian. Coach Hill, thanks for coming in for a couple minutes.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to come up here.
We had them locked outside for a couple minutes. We didn't even realize.
Making sure I was outside the right room.
We had them we want to talk about basketball, obviously, with you, and that's a throw that falls incomplete out there for the Panthers. That was intended for number 14, Luke Lawson. So, Coach, I know you're a basketball guy. This is homecoming. We're all watching the football game here. Thoughts on the first half and the first few minutes of the third quarter here?
Man, I think we looked really good the first half, playing with great energy, which is good to see all the time. Just enjoying watching the guys compete is the main thing. You know, some of these guys play basketball as well, so really enjoy getting to watch them get fired up and compete for one another. So it's just fun watching.
Absolutely. One thing we've noticed tonight is just a lot of good leadership. You know, Jackson
Yes,
Burton,
sir.
he's a guy we talk about every single week. He brings a ton of energy. He brings a ton of leadership. We noticed earlier in the game, you know, Christian Snipes, he left the ball high that Jackson went up and got. Jackson took a pretty hard hit, and coming off, Snipes comes over, pats him on the head. You can tell he's saying, "My bad."
Yes, sir.
You know, we've all kind of been there. So that's the leadership you're looking for. I think this team has a lot of energy. They're up 28-0 here at John Mark Stallings Field. We're under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. We're joined by Coach Trace Hill. That's ACA men's head basketball coach, as the Panthers continue to pick up a game of a couple right there. And so, and Coach, we know you're here to coach basketball, oversee the men's program. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the men's basketball department here at ACA.
So we are, obviously varsity is not practicing right now, but we actually began middle school practice this week. We started practicing on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. We only have about 6 guys right now because half of the team plays middle school football, which been watching those guys play as well and just love watching them compete. But we had a good first week. Guys got kind of tired towards the end of the week, which was expected, but they're learning. I mean, they're learning new offenses, new way of coaching and how to play. So just
Absolutely.
getting through that stuff.
Absolutely. The Panthers pick up the first down right there. They're across the 45 to about the 46. They'll move the sticks. And, Coach, I know for your varsity team, it'll be a little while before they start practice. I know you got to be excited about what's returning. I know you got some good leaders coming back, some guys who've been around a little bit. I know you'll still be a young team overall, but just having a couple key guys that you can lean on as a head coach that's kind of been battle tested, so to speak. I know you got to be excited about that varsity team once they hit the floor.
Man, I can't explain to you how excited I am about this year. I really think that we have an opportunity to have a special year this year. I know building off of last year, because last year was awesome, just getting the confidence back that those kids needed. But I really do think we have an opportunity to have a special year. We got Connor, Mac, Jaden, Sam, AC, Christian. You got all those guys coming back that played a lot of minutes last year. They understood how to win some close games and other things that they're still going to have to learn, obviously, but really excited about those guys being back.
Absolutely, and hopefully have some good depth there to provide those guys some breathers and be able to just be an aggressive offense, be aggressive defensively.
Yes, sir.
You know, just coming out there and just playing your brand of basketball, which is obviously a very aggressive brand.
Yes, sir.
A disciplined brand. And, man, we could not be more thrilled to have you here at ACA. We know you were there last year, obviously, on the coaching staff. And, you know, when that position came open, a lot of folks were cheering for you and rooting for you to get it. And sure enough, you got it. And it was very well deserved. And I know that the future of ACA basketball looks very bright. And I know even these young guys from that middle school team you mentioned, they're excited just to be able to play for you one day, you know, have something to work towards.
Yes, sir.
You know, and get through that middle school season, get through that JV season, and then you started getting to that varsity level. And so I know they're excited about that. And I believe as gameplay down here, Panthers just short of the first down right there. We're under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. A lot of good basketball players from all the way through at this school. There's no shortage on basketball talent.
No,
it's just a matter of putting it all together, getting these guys to take it from, you know, you play one way in the driveway, but you play another way, you know, on the court. And
Yes,
so
sir.
just putting all that together. So we're super excited for you. And, man, we appreciate you popping in here with us for a few minutes as the Panthers are in shotgun. That's going to be a handoff off the right side. Looks like, depending on the spot, he may have enough of the first down. Looks like he has a pretty good spot right there. We're under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. ACA is up 28-0 here at John Mark Stallings Field. It's homecoming, and a great representation, great night here for ACA, great crowd here in the stands. Coach, we do this every week, and we'll get you out of here on this one. One thing we always do, we put our guests on the spot just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know how much of a college football guy you are, but there's 3 teams represented here in the booth, Tennessee, Alabama, and Auburn. I'll let you figure out who's who later. But we like to get our guests to pick the winners, okay? So Alabama's off this Saturday. And there's a run off the left side for the Panthers across the 40. Alabama's off, so we'll just negate that. Tennessee plays Oklahoma. Coach, they play on the road. They are, for what it's worth, a 7-point favorite. Who you like between Tennessee and Oklahoma?
Well, first off, I just want to say roll tide. I'm a big Alabama fan, all right?
There you go. So,
but Tennessee, Oklahoma, I'm going to go with Tennessee. I think Tennessee has been one of the more impressive teams so far this year. They got some veteran guys back that know how to play in those high-pressure situations, and it's going to be a big-time environment. I mean, Oklahoma and, Texas moving into the SEC, all of those games are going to be more heightened than what they would be if they had already been in the SEC. So,
absolutely.
But I'm going to go with
Tennessee.
Balls on that one.
Panthers, they're going to run the ball down to about the 36-yard line, short of the first down. Hey, by the way, Coach, great call on that. Okay, picking Tennessee is always a good call. Okay, so that's all 4 of us have gone Tennessee on that. Our last one, and we'll get you out of here. This one might be a little bit more tricky. Auburn, Arkansas. Okay, I'm not going to tell you who we all took, but Auburn, Arkansas. I don't even know what the spread is, but we're just going to pick straight up winners here. That game is at Auburn, so that matters. So, Coach, who you got as we go into timeout right here?
All right, I'm going to give a shout-out to my girlfriend on this one and her family. They are from Arkansas.
Okay.
So I'm going Woo Pig Suey.
Okay. Hey, that's a smart decision, by the
Woo
way.
Pig Suey.
You got to keep that family very happy.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully they're listening. Maybe they can go back and listen later.
I hope so.
Maybe send them to the YouTube link. They can go back and check this out later. So you're taking Arkansas. The 3 of us did take Auburn for what it's worth. So we'll keep up with it. We try to keep track of it through the season. I'll be honest, this is only our second one this season. Our guest last year did not do too great. So I'm just going to throw this out there. I did win last year's Pick'em contest pretty handedly. So I say that all the time just to annoy these guys. So anyway, Coach Hill, thanks a lot for joining us. We appreciate it, man. We wish you all the luck this season, and we're all cheering you guys on.
Man, I appreciate it. All right, I'm going to say this, and then I'll be off. But just wanted to say how blessed I am to be here at ACA. I didn't realize, obviously, being in the limited role that I was in last year, how much of an impact this school would have on me, first off. But just starting school, being with the guys, being with the team has been awesome. ACA is a special place, and we're going to have a fun year. So.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. Once again, that's Coach Trace Hill. He's the head men's basketball coach here at ACA, oversees all the men's programs, as there's a pass that falls incomplete for the Panthers. Good look right there. Good pass by the quarterback. Again, that's number 12, Mason Battles, the quarterback for the Panthers. That ball's going to fall incomplete. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter here at John Mark Stallings Field.
Yeah, Ben, I thought the receiver was going to come up with that catch there for a second. He made a good effort, just could not get it in. And I know you feel the same way because you have a son that plays basketball, but I am so excited about Coach Hill. He is a good young man who I think will be a positive influence on our boys, and also knows how to coach basketball.
Absolutely.
So I'm just thrilled that we have Trace Hill with us.
Me too. And he is, you mentioned I have a son involved in that, and he's a great influence on him. He's somebody my son looks up to. And Jeff, honestly, when you have young student athletes, especially around our kids' ages, there's a lot of things they can learn on the court or on the field. But you want coaches to have an influence on your kids at the ages our kids are at.
Oh, no doubt.
And they're certainly going to get that with people like Trace Hill.
Yes, definitely. I think Trace will be a coach much like Coach Summers. He's going to love those boys and is just as worried about making them good young men as he is good athletes.
Absolutely. Snipes drops back to pass. He drops a dime in there.
Yeah, he did.
That's AC. That's a catch. Down across the 20-yard line. Hey, Jeff, I tell you what, glad to see Snipes on the money right there after missing high a little bit through the night. And, man, he put that one right there on the money to AC.
Yeah, that was pretty, and you're right. He has been off, and so it was nice. Maybe good for his confidence, too, to see one fall in like that. I mean, he really hit him in stride.
He absolutely did. So great play for the Eagles. They are in scoring position right here. It's 1st and 10, right about the 20-yard line. I believe we'll stay aggressive right here, Jeff. I mean, they're leaving that backside pretty open. They bring some pressure. Snipes looks to get out of it.
What a
Drops
play.
the pass. Good job by Christian Snipes. And that is, I believe, number 6, Jackson Burton, guys.
Yes, it is.
So good to see Jackson Burton on the field making a play, giving a lot of props here to Christian Snipes, who escaped the pocket out of some pressure, kept his composure, and found Jackson Burton for the touchdown.
I mean, what a play. You're not going to pull Christian Snipes down with arm tackles. He broke right through one defensive lineman. Another one was right on him as he made that pass with Jackson coming across on that crosser. Man, what a great play by Christian. You're right, Ben. That was a lot of Christian Snipes on that play.
Absolutely. And there's the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So that'll take your current score, just what you kind of wanted pregame, Jeff. We're in the perfect position. ACA 35, PCA 0. We talked a lot about it, Jeff, getting into position, maybe midway through the third quarter, go to the fourth quarter, get some of these JV guys on the field. We've seen them already, but getting some reps, and Jeff, you mentioned it, stay within your system. You know, let some of these young players play, call your plays the way you'd play them with all the respect to your opponent. Let some of these young guys kind of keep that playbook where it is right now.
Yeah, definitely. And 30 is kind of your magic number. Clock is going to run in the fourth quarter, you know, once you're up 30. So I do think on offense especially, I don't know about defense, but offense especially, I would expect to see some substitutes in on our next possession, at least in the skill positions.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago, Jeff, maybe getting like a Levi Summers in there at QB.
Oh, definitely. And even some direct snap to Thielen and Ethan Dabney,
Yes.
Who both, you know, can do that. So I would definitely love to see us stay with the playbook. I do see some seniors shaking hands down there with
Yes.
the coaches, which may mean my night is over.
Their night is over. There's the kick. The Panthers are going to recover. That's number 13, Spencer Perkins for the Panthers. And he's going to take it down to about the 42, 43-yard line.
He made a little bit of a business decision there as
He
Jaden
did.
McElrath was bearing in on him. He just went to the knee.
So we're 39 seconds left in the third quarter. It's homecoming here at Alabama Christian Academy. And good night of football. Great crowd here on hand for homecoming. One of the bigger crowds we've seen in a while. And PCA brought a pretty good crowd themselves.
Yeah, they did. A good little mix. We probably have 3 or 4 backups in there, so mixed in with some of our starters right now.
That's a handoff off the right side. We're up 35-0. Jackson still showing plenty of energy down there as we're accustomed to. Looks like Merritt was in on that tackle as well. And we're going to see a timeout here.
I think we're going to be at the end of the quarter.
End of the quarter. Okay, there you go. End of the quarter. We're going to roll down to the end of the third quarter with your score, ACA 35, PCA 0. That's going to take us into the fourth quarter. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. All right, we're back here at John Mark Stallings Field. It's the beginning of the fourth quarter. PCA's trailing ACA 35-0. They do have the ball. It's going to be second down and 8 for the Panthers. And there's a snap. They're going to run off the right side, pick up maybe a couple yards. Looks like number 54 in on the tackle. That's young Logan Phelps for the Eagles. Good to see him on the field right there. Another good young ball player.
Yeah, he's subbing in at nose guard right now for Cam Sutton. So, yeah, good job by him.
So that's going to bring up third down. And, Jeff, I believe you're right. Given the score, they go running clock, right, Jeff, in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
Which it would run right now either way, but just something to keep an eye on here. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to keep it, and
Nice
then he
play.
takes a shot.
Micah Merritt met him immediately in the backfield.
Merritt saw it immediately. Yeah. Really good play there by Merritt.
He didn't even have time to make a business decision. He just took the hit.
Merritt almost got there before the fake.
You're right.
I mean, so that's going to bring up fourth down for the Panthers. They're lined up to punt under 11 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, we're in safe here, but I feel like we've talked about it again, not to talk disparagingly about them, but I feel like they're going to punt it.
Absolutely.
They will wave the white flag when it's time to wave the white flag. So
absolutely.
I think they'll probably punt it away here.
And again, I've been really impressed with PCA. Just their poise out there. Man, they just play classy ball. You know, Jeff, when you see PCA in any sport, that punt rolls down to about the 7-yard line. Really good punt right there. You know, Jeff, you just typically get a classy team, usually very well coached. So just a lot of respect to that whole program, really even beyond the football team. So just from my experience around PCA, just good folks, good, well coached, good student athletes. So really glad we seem to have a good relationship with them, Jeff, as a program. So
yeah, definitely, and their female sports program is top notch.
You're right.
Maybe one of the best in this river region.
You're absolutely right.
And that includes Trinity, St. James, MA, all those. They have an incredible girls athletic program.
Absolutely. Christian Snipes does remain at quarterback for the Eagles. There's the snap to him, and he fakes to Ethan Dabney, and looks like he keeps over right side. Pickup of about 2 yards for the Eagles.
I'm guessing our field position on that time kind of laid into that decision. I don't know if you want to throw Levi in on his own 7-yard line, to start your first snaps of the game. So that may have played in a little bit.
So Eagles obviously in no rush here, milking the clock as much as they can, showing respect obviously to their opponent. Very content with the clock just to run. Christian brings them in motion. That's a handoff to the right side. I believe that's Dabney, whose shirt is still hanging to his ankles from a run earlier in the game. Yeah, that is Ethan Dabney, the freshman.
A third and manageable here, about 3rd and 4 or so.
A little Vanilla Ice in the background. Compliments of Adam Donaldson over here to our left in the PA booth. Under 9 minutes to go in the game. Snipes pitches out to the left to Ethan Dabney.
They were
That
ready
is
for that.
sniffed out. Yeah, they read that one. There's no gain there. That's going to bring up 4th down and 8 for the Eagles. We'll punt that ball away. Under 9 minutes to go in the game. Been a good homecoming for the Eagles. And, Jeff, you mentioned earlier, we'll have next week off. So the team will get some good rest, have a couple of weeks to prepare. And as you mentioned, Jeff, a couple big games coming up for the Eagles.
Huge games. Both of them are at home. We have Houston Academy in 2 weeks, who was the region favorite. They're not in first place right now, but preseason they were the region favorite. They're also the team that eliminated us from the playoffs last year. And then after that would be Wicksburg, who is in first place in the region right now, along with Trinity. So 2 big games over the next 2 times we come out and play.
So AC punts that ball to about the 42-yard line. That'll be where the Panthers take over. 1st down and 10. Getting ready to eclipse right under 8 minutes to go in the game. Couple big games coming up, as Jeff mentioned. Really glad to have an extra week rather, to prepare Jeff, for those kind of games. Coach Summers in a position probably what he would have liked. We had a game week 0 of the season, which puts him at a bye during the season. It's in those, when you can get those, you'll take it.
Oh, definitely. And couldn't have come at a better time. Midway point of the year, coming into probably your 2 biggest games of the year. Perfect timing for it.
Looks like number 12 for the Eagles. That's Bryson Dabney, the brother of Ethan, in on the tackle.
So we got an injury timeout here. One of the PCA players.
So, Jeff, I'm looking around, seeing a lot of good young talent subbing in and out.
Like we talked about pregame, skill position, we have a lot of young talent. We would love to find some bigger kids, that would move over into the school and would help our line. I do think we're probably still across all 3 of our football teams a little small on the offensive and defensive line. But as far as the skill positions go, we have talent through all 3 of those teams for sure.
Absolutely. So they'll check on the injured player for the Panthers.
I can't tell who it is from here. It's not the quarterback, because I still see him in the huddle, but I'm not sure who it is. Number 14.
Yeah, that's number 14. That's Luke Lawson. He's helped off the field. So we turn to action. Second down here for the Panthers. And there's a snap. He's going to hand that ball off the right side. Close to the first down. Looks like he's going to have it. So it will be a first down. So they'll move the sticks. Be first down and 2. First down at the 32. Quarterback rolls off the left side.
He might have been tackled more by his own player on that one. Jordan Sanders was the closest in the vicinity, but I think he tripped over his own lineman trying to make the read on the option there.
What y'all think about little MC Hammer? Little MC Hammer coming from the PA booth beside us.
AD going into his bag of tricks
He
from
is.
the 90s, I believe.
I tell you what, he's feeling really good about being the sponsor tonight.
Yeah, he is.
He's feeling really good. There's a snap. It'll be another handoff. And, Jeff, it looks like, honestly, they're pretty content to run it out, too.
Yeah, I think they're ready for it to be done.
Yeah, I think they're pretty content. They've gone pretty vanilla on the play calling here as we just getting ready, I thought, to go under 6 minutes.
I don't know.
Is there a flag on the play?
Yeah, there is, and they just marked it off. Well, what did he call?
Face mask.
So the call is face mask.
Because he only walked it 5 more yards is what was throwing me off. Okay, I didn't know they had incidental in high school. Okay, learned something new.
So there's a flag. It's against the Eagles, and it'll be second down. We are under 6 minutes to go in the game now. ACA's up 35-0 here at homecoming.
He's saying reset that play clock so that clock can run
Yes.
longer.
That's exactly what he just did.
That Whitehead knows what he's doing.
He does.
And PCA in no hurry at all. They will probably
No,
let it run down.
That's right. They're very content. Get out of here. I mean, Jeff letting it go all the way
Yeah.
down. I mean, all the way.
They don't want any part of a competitive ball game.
We're 12 seconds on the play clock. There's a fumble. It is recovered by the Panthers.
Micah Merritt cleaning up, I think, for Broderick Williams there.
So we're going to go under 5 minutes to go now. Overall, Jeff, great night. Come out the gate. I wouldn't say you come out slow. You just didn't have a lot of possession. That 7-minute clock the Panthers put together. Overall, great night. It's one that you can look at on film and make some corrections, certainly, especially coming out the gate. But overall, good night for the Eagles.
Oh, definitely. It was a strange, like we talked about at halftime. It's a strange night. Didn't seem like we had the ball very much, and we were up 21-0. It seemed like PCA controlled the clock, and they had nothing to show for it. But overall, a good night. We definitely had an explosive offense tonight.
And surprisingly, Jeff, come out with a pass. It falls incomplete. Pretty good coverage out there.
Yeah, Jordan Sanders again.
Jordan called his name out a lot tonight. And after the couple runs we saw in the play clock being milked down, a little surprised to see a pass. I like it,
yeah,
but a little bit surprised. So that's going to take us to 4th down.
And I'm a little surprised that the clock stopped, honestly.
I don't know that I think it's supposed to.
I don't think it is.
But it is stopped at 4 minutes, 16 seconds after the incompletion.
Probably means we're going to get a pass again here if they passed on 3rd down.
And we are going to get a pass. He rolls to his right.
That
ball's intercepted.
I think that's Broderick Williams.
Number 3, Broderick Williams. Yeah, had a big sack earlier in the game. Good interception right there. Good for Broderick.
Yeah, senior making a big play on homecoming. Good for him.
So it looks like number 11, Levi Summers, coming in at quarterback, the freshman.
Well, he came in, but Christian's out there too.
Okay, Christian is out there. You're right.
They
You're
may
right.
be just going to run with Christian the whole time.
Levi's going to come in and play receiver. That's right.
Little NFL mentality.
Yeah.
You leave your starters in the whole game, no matter what the score is.
So you're right. Christian, he stays in. He's in shotgun. He gives it to Ethan Dabney off left side. Ethan crosses the 25-yard line. He's just short a few yards for the first down as we go under 4 minutes to go in the game. It's going to be an official game of 9, so 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, good run by him. Ethan's
Great
really
run.
run hard the last couple of weeks. I've been very impressed with him.
Good athletic kid. So, again, Eagles in no rush as well. There's the snap. They'll give it to Ethan again. He's got a little room off the right side there. And he's brought down right about the 38-yard line. And, guys, for a split second, I thought he's about to go the distance. I can tell you he wants it. He's hungry for it. Freshman.
He really has the ability to hide behind those blockers and then just come out of the pack, and nobody really knows where he is. He's using his size to his advantage for sure.
Yeah, there's a timeout on the field. I think it's called by the Panthers. And I tell you what, Jeff, you hate to compare players. That's not fair to guys that do that, but it happens all the time, especially in the broadcast world. Yeah, you know, you have an exiting David Ortiz Ramirez. Dare I say that Ethan Dabney reminds me of him a little bit. You know, both got great speed. You know, they can house it any time. They both have pretty good hands. You know, so, man, you kind of have a David Ortiz Ramirez who's a senior getting ready to move out, and then you see a guy like Ethan Dabney and you think, man, he might could slide right into that same type role as a sophomore.
Yeah, he definitely can put some pop to it. And he's going to grow into his body a little bit. And so he may be able to be a tough runner like David up through the middle too. But, yes, even now as a backup, he is a home run threat right now.
Absolutely. And I remember David Ortiz Ramirez at the same age, you know, as a freshman. You think, man, future sure is bright. You know, I remember AC as a young player. All these guys, you're able to see them grow and develop. It's a special thing here at ACA. Other schools as well. You know, Trace mentioned it. Man, just have a special place right here watching these young student athletes grow up.
Nice cut.
And there's Ethan making some really good cuts. He's down to about the 42-yard line. Big pickup right there. Gain of about 20 yards. And look, let's be honest, guys. If you're a freshman getting some playing time here on homecoming, you're thinking one thing: I want to score.
Oh, no doubt. And you said it a second ago, Ben. He's hungry.
He is.
He wants to get out there. He's earning reps for him in meaningful snaps, by playing like this. So
absolutely.
He wants to show out as best he can. But you're right. He'd love to break one to the house right now.
I say keep feeding him up. There's a bobbled snap there. Christian just falls on it right at about the 48-yard line.
Looked like that snap was actually between Christian and Ethan, and Christian fielded it best he could and got down.
So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 19 as we go to about 2 minutes left in the game.
I think we'll probably still see Ethan.
I think you're right,
Steady
Jeff.
diet.
And there's Ethan off the right side. He's tackled by a couple Panthers right there across the 50. Still pumping his feet. Good tough run right there by Ethan. So about a minute and a half to go. The crowd is starting to head to get the jump on the traffic, Jeff.
Yeah, they're heading to their favorite fast food restaurant to get them a little something.
Get them a little bit of a jump here on a Friday night.
White Hat's watching our line a little bit. We were a little chippy, one of our linemen and one of the PCA guys, and White Hat said something to our guy coming out. So I want to watch and see if we have any extra.
Any extracurricular.
Yep.
I tell you what, they're loading that box up now, knowing that Christian is going to hand that ball off to Ethan Dabney. We're under a minute to play.
Yeah, they have figured out what it is now, so a little easier to stop for sure.
And there's the old proverbial announcement, guys. The field is to remain clear after tonight's game coming from the PA booth. So we're under 30 seconds to go. 4th down, play clock's at 3. 1, there's the snap. There's the punt. It's a good one. It's going to hit around the 20. And it'll be down to around the 17, 18-yard line with 6 seconds to go. And so one more snap, Jeff, and that'll be the end of the game. And once again, great homecoming night here for ACA. We said pregame they need to handle their business. They did that. You never want to take a 35-0 game for granted. This game is still to be played. You said it earlier, Jeff. We're not the team that can come out and just say we're going to win no matter how we play.
Right.
So credit our coaches, credit our players for coming out here, handling their business in a game that they were favored to win and favored pretty considerably.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a good job. They stayed focused. Like I said before, we hit some explosive plays, scored quickly, really took it out of PCA in the second half. And so a really good win. Now 2 weeks to get ready for 2 big ones coming up.
Absolutely. And that will be the official end of the game. Your final score will be ACA 35, PCA 0. And, man, again, we want to just say thanks to the PCA crowd. Man, what a great representation they had tonight. Thank you guys, all of you, for joining us on tonight's broadcast. Again, we'll be off next week. We won't have a game, and Jeff and I and Randy will be back in 2 weeks as the Eagles take on Houston Academy in what is a very big game with a lot of implications. So we're excited about that. Hope to see you back here with us in 2 weeks. It's homecoming here at John Mark Stallings Field, where the week comes to an end with a great win for the Eagles, and we're now going to have our Capital Tractor Player of the Game. So tonight's Capital Tractor Player of the Game, and Jeff, several guys we could probably mention, to be honest with you, and we find ourselves in that same predicament every single time, but for tonight's player of the game?
I'm going to have to go with A.C. Walters. He had 2 touchdown receptions of over 50 yards, over 120 yards receiving overall for the night, and just a leader for the team. So I'm going with A.C. Walters tonight as our player of the game.
So congratulations to A.C. Walters, tonight's Capital Tractor Player of the Game. And once again, everybody, thanks for joining us tonight where your ACA Eagles get a good win for homecoming, 35-0 over Prattville Christian Academy. Once again, I'm Ben Russell. I'm joined by Jeff Taggart and Randy Holman. Thank you for joining us tonight. We will see you in 2 weeks right back here at John Mark Stallings Field.